you know, electronic. Hide your neck. That's right. Okay.
The distant future. The distant future.
It is the distant future. The year 2000.
We are robots.
The world is very different ever since the robotic uprising of the mid-90s. There is no more unhappiness.
Affirmative.
We no longer say yes. Instead, we say affirmative.
Yes, affirmative.
Unless it's a more colloquial situation with a few robo-friends. There is only one kind of dance. The robot.
And the robo-boogie.
Oh, yes. Two kinds of dances.
Finally, robotic beings rule the world. The humans are dead. The humans are dead.
Tom Chiusano.
Yeah, okay, we'll talk to this lady later. But here's a bit of gossip I heard around. This is station gossip. This is if you want to know what goes on at the radio station.
All right.
And I swear I heard this, but...
I am never up on the gossip around here. What's going on?
I caught wind of this yesterday. I heard the sales department here, you know, the guys who sell the ads, who are a bunch of good guys, are ready to revolt against Tom.
Is there what? What's brewing? I have seen a few tete-a-tetes, heated conversations in the hall.
Here's what I heard.
Between salespeople.
Here's what I heard. This is gossip now. So I guess when you're a salesperson here, if you go out and sell advertising time, you get a percentage of the ad sales.
Yeah, that's called a commission.
The commission. So evidently, business has been so good this quarter. I think because we're leaving and having a big fourth quarter, I think we're part of the reason.
Yeah.
Not going to say we're all the reason, but we're all the reason.
What are you talking about? You're the whole reason for the entire year.
So the salespeople went out and they sold so much time that I even heard from a guy the other day who's trying to get on the show to have a commercial. He can't even get a commercial on the show.
It's done. It's sold out.
It's pretty saturated. So evidently the sales department did such a good job and sold so much stuff. Tom called them all into a meeting and said, I'm cutting back your commission. Like, less of a percentage. Can you do that?
Congratulations for great work.
That seems really...
20% less.
That seems really wrong.
I heard it didn't come from Tom. I heard it came from...
Joel?
Higher up, yeah.
I don't care who it comes from. Isn't that sort of illegal or something?
And they think it's in preparation for what's going to happen next year. They don't even think it's about this year. They think they're looking toward, lower revenues next year because we're gone.
Yeah, but wait a second.
They can't cut the pie as much.
Okay, I understand saying to someone, next year you're getting less commission. That I understand. That's a deal up front. But if you make a deal with someone and you say, I'm going to give you 6% commission, am I getting this right, Tom? I'm hearing scuttlebutt all over the place.
It sounds wrong to have people...
work their way to you.
Yeah, they work. I finally caught wind of it yesterday.
Go out scrambling around.
I can only guess what the source is.
But let me ask you something.
Sure.
No, I'm never going to reveal. I've got 4 sources, and it's no one on the sales department, by the way. I heard from a person who knows someone.
I believe me, I can figure out the circle here.
Okay.
You can figure what out?
You don't know anything.
What is he figuring?
Explain to me what's going on.
Off the air, I'll tell you how it got to you.
Okay. All right. And I'll tell you you're wrong.
Okay.
Because you probably wouldn't know.
Because you'll lie to me.
No, I won't. Okay. I won't lie.
How dare you?
Are you mad that I know this?
Oh, no.
I mean, might as well be upfront about it.
I'm not jumping up and down, about it, but yes, we cut commissions for the fourth quarter.
Did you do it ahead of time, or you told them after they billed all the ads?
We told them a week ago.
Yeah, but they already billed the stuff.
No, they didn't.
Oh, they didn't?
No. Not all the business is on the books for the fourth quarter. Most of the business is not on the books for the fourth quarter.
Let's say I'm a salesman.
Yes.
Okay. And I sold ads to the Gap.
Yep.
Okay. And it was under the premise that I was getting a 2% commission. I don't know what people around here get. Then you come to me after I make the sale and you say, I'm cutting your commission back to 1%. Is that fair?
I mean, a 50% cut in the commission would not be fair.
No, but I don't even mean even if you cut it a penny. After you make the deal with me, that's like if you go to sell your house and you say to the real estate person, we give you 4% commission. Then they sell it and you go, I'm just going to give you 2%. Isn't that the same thing? Yeah, you can't do that. That ain't fair.
I give you a little bit of a better example.
He doesn't understand.
But I don't know why Tom's pretending like he doesn't understand.
No, I understand.
Is that what the company is saying to these people?
The company has said that it's out of whack. That the billing of the station is increased by a certain percent.
Right.
That the commissions of the salespeople have increased by a percentage that is more than triple the billing of the radio station, and that's out of whack.
So that's fine for future business if someone wants to go along with it. But anything I build already, I should still get the old commission.
Anything that you build up to October 1, you did.
But wait, hold on. Here's the question, because I think it's what you're getting at.
Right.
Heineken's a 52-week-a-year sponsor. They're on the books till the end of the year.
That's right.
So if somebody's billed for Heineken through December, which is feasible, does that mean that starting October 1, the commission changes?
Yes.
Which is 2 weeks.
That's not right.
Boo. You can't do that. What if someone did that to you? Would you be pissed?
It depends on what the reasons were. It depends on on how much.
No, it doesn't. It depends on your pocketbook.
Because Viacom doesn't have enough money.
I have a very good reason.
There's a business reality here, and by the way, this has nothing to do. Everybody's been told that the commissions for next year will go back up, and maybe even go to higher levels than they currently are because of the anticipation of it being harder to sell. You'll be gone, yada yada yada.
Right.
So it's a.
So in good times you get your commission cut.
Only if it's out of whack. There has to be a relationship between how much money the business makes and how much.
Well, if I'm a sales guy, what do I care about that? I had a good year.
But I do, and people.
No, but I had a good year. I had a good year, and all of a sudden you're going to tell me you're going to take away the income I was counting on?
Let's ask another question. Is this normal? Does this happen every time the billing goes up?
No.
This sounds very odd to me.
First time. Not
I don't like
it. Not the first time commissions have ever been cut that I've been here.
Really?
But it's the first time in a while. I forget exactly when the last time we did it.
I thought sales was like you're a percentage. If the company makes more, you make more.
Right.
That's the whole incentive for salesmen.
Unless you change the rules mid-game.
No. See, I thought that a better analogy would be sales guys. Commission is in essence their salary.
Right.
So what if the company came to, say, Tom, for instance, and said, you know what, your salary's out of whack, so for fourth quarter we're going to reduce it by 10%. And then maybe in the new year we'll put it back up again.
Depending on how we're doing.
No, but that's a better analogy, I think.
Who came up with this, Joel or you?
I didn't like it. I don't like doing it either, but unfortunately it's the reality of the business.
Whose idea was it? I want to know.
It was mine.
It was your idea.
Then why don't you like doing it?
Did you cut your percentage? Because you get a take of everything the station makes in profits. Don't you?
Only if the station meets its profit goals do I get anything.
So will you cut that off? Will you cut yourself back? Be honest.
Oh, I'm being honest, but it's not an answer I want to give you.
Will you cut yourself back?
No, there's a reason I don't want to give you the answer.
The answer is no.
Right.
Okay.
No. The answer, actually, you know what? You're wrong. There have been years where I don't want to go into it.
Hey, this is crazy. It's like I made a deal to go to satellite.
Right.
Let's say it's a big flop. Nobody follows me. Still got to pay me.
Understand?
Hey, that's business.
That's your deal.
That's right. That's the deal. And with sales, you come in and you go. The general manager hires me and he goes, "You're going to get a 2% commission on everything you bill."
Here's how we pay.
I go, okay, I can live with that. I go out, I hustle my ass off. I get all kind of business for you. And you come back and you go, I tell you what, the last couple of months I'm cutting you back to 1% or whatever, 1.5%. I'd be pissed.
The percentages are not nearly that dramatic.
He's just using...
Understood. I don't know the percentage.
Is that what he's just doing, Robin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks.
I know the percentages aren't dramatic.
He's just making an example. We don't know what the commission is.
If you cut me back $1, I'm kind of pissed because it was $1 I was owed.
And it's $1 you hustled for.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing I did here. Like, this is through a guy, so I'm not sure. Somebody said...
I can put the links of this chain together.
I don't know. Again,
people are going to talk.
But everybody talks. I heard that one of the salespeople was thinking about getting a lawyer.
I wouldn't blame him. I don't know. It's
There's got to be something wrong with this.
Sounds effed up.
They don't sign contracts, huh? They don't have a guarantee.
No. That's how you get screwed.
Yeah.
They need an agent. I don't like it, Tom.
I understand.
I don't like it.
Having to do it either.
You're a very fair guy. I don't like this.
And I really honestly believe I'm being fair.
Look at me. I want you to go back and correct this.
No.
You go take care of it right now.
Don't those people, when they go out to make that money, don't they project, this is how much money I now made?
There isn't a salesperson on the staff that I can think of who isn't making more than they projected.
This is like communism.
No.
But they cut back your money.
Wait a minute. I'm not saying what they projected. What they did was then they worked harder, so they should have made more money.
So you guys made a mistake, and now they got to pay for it.
What do you mean?
You offered them too much money. You offered them too much of a percentage, I guess. And you don't like how much money they're making, so you're cutting them back.
It's not that I don't like how much money they're making. It's just that it's out of balance.
Well, how's it out of balance?
I described that.
That means if you're making more money and they're making more money, what's the beef?
If we were both making, the equal amount of more money, there would be no beef.
What do you...
How does it change? A percentage is a percentage. That's like the government takes my taxes. I don't like it, but that's the deal we got.
Every time you make more money, they make more money.
Right.
Even though you weren't around when that deal was made.
Right. Whose idea was the percentage in the first place?
And as somebody just born into that deal.
Tom, whose idea was the percentage in the first place? Like, yeah.
You mean the commissions?
The commission.
I mean, commission rates have existed for obviously forever.
But I think Howard's asking the rate that's now that everybody thinks is too large. Who set that rate?
Those rates have been in existence for years.
So how do you change that back?
How did it get so out of whack?
Because Tom's out of whack.
No, I mean, believe me, I don't think you want to go into the detail of why it is and all the variables that have made it this way. But
all right, here's Russ. He's going to tell you what he thinks. Go ahead, Russ.
Hey guys, what's up? Tom, shouldn't that just be basically one of the costs of doing business that you have to work that into next year's, commission schedule?
Or you say, hey, okay, for everyone who hasn't, right now we're setting this up because a lot of people, we're starting a new year, and here's the deal going in. And if you want to switch jobs, I understand it. But the stuff you build already, you shouldn't be getting cut back.
You would think the angle would be, as of January 1st, here's the deal. Whatever you build this year, fine. And then starting January 1st, it changes.
Right. And then if you don't like working here, you should leave.
Right.
Right, and you're saying that all the all the commercial time has been sold through year end, correct?
That's right.
It's not, though.
I mean, you're saying it is or it isn't.
Less than. I'd have to go look at it. Probably something less than 50% of it.
Because I actually got an email from a friend of Howard's yesterday who advertises with us and says he actually can't get in.
When?
For Halloween. He owns a costume store.
Yeah, he can't get on.
He says he can't get on.
He's having trouble getting on.
Yeah. Well,
in light of this,
the way it sounds, it just sounds a little bit wrong, and it makes me think of a little quick quiz. Tell me what the similarity is among these three things: Sizemore, Cruz, and Chiusano.
I don't know.
I don't know. What is it?
They're all dumb guys.
Oh,
very nice.
Oh my God, that's not. In fact, Tom seems pretty smart. I'll tell you, if I was running a business, I'd put him right in charge. Let him take the fall.
Because then you lose all your people and your respect.
You know what? I think you're wrong, and I think if you look around the staff here, what am I answering you for?
Yeah, you got to answer to the people. A lot of people upset about it.
Well, does Tom think the staff is okay with this, or is there?
The staff is not in love with it, but the staff has at least privately told me that they understand the rationale.
What are they going to do?
Yeah,
they're afraid to talk to you.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No.
How do you know?
Because you're impossible to argue with. You don't understand. I'm telling you the way it is. This is the way it has to be. I'm telling you, I've tried to argue with you. I always go right over your head. These people can't.
I know you do.
Tom never sees them in the elevator or downstairs when their heads are hung low and they're moaning. That Tom.
I saw one guy going, "Oh, man, river." I don't know. I know if Tom sold a bunch of advertising and the boss man came to him and said, I'm taking some of your commission away, he'd go berserk.
And I think he's being a good soldier. He's taking responsibility for this, even though it came from somewhere else.
That's Tom. Tom will take a hit any time for Joel or anybody in charge.
He's definitely a team player, man.
Yeah, you're playing the team. They ought to give you a nice raise, all the money they save.
I'm taking hits for this team.
You do, you take a lot of hits for this company, it seems.
Yeah.
He's a company man.
After we get fined by the FCC, he's getting fired along with me.
I know.
I love it. He's not only helping him the man take back and steal some money.
Glove. You hear him? He's going down.
They're going to fire him. They'll probably fire me and suspend Tom.
No.
Yeah, they ain't going to fire me because you know what? They got $30 million on the books evidently for fourth quarter.
What are they going to do about that?
I'm hearing it's the best fourth quarter ever in the company's history. I'm talking about my billing.
Look at the faces.
That's not what I say. That's not. It's good, but it's not that.
That's not. It may be. But you're looking at your station.
No,
I'm looking at all the stations.
Square in the face. If you think this is like it was in the .com days, no.
Well, all I'm hearing is it's a big fourth quarter. That's all. I'm not going to say
the biggest they've seen in a while.
I got my sources too.
Okay.
I got all kind of sources.
I know you're very.
The man's been trying to tell me, "Oh, you're not doing that good," but I know what's going on.
I'll tell you though, those .com days that Tom's talking about, those were crazy.
Crazy days.
There was one day where somebody needed one single commercial on a Friday. Had to have it. Had to have it. I remember it was Bucky. He said it was a single record for the most money ever for a live commercial for one day, because they said the
company's probably out of business now too.
I think they are. I think it was a .com. It might have been a movie thing.
No, it wasn't a movie thing. It was a .com.
It was a movie actually.
No, it was.
No. It was a movie.
No, it was. You know what it was? Because it had to be on that Friday, because the movie company decided at the last minute that they had to have an ad on.
Right.
And we kept telling them we don't have anything, and they kept putting up the price, but it was the single. Most money ever spent on
one spot.
Yeah.
It was not a movie. It was a .com.
Was it?
And there was actually 3 spots that they bought.
Joe, you're on the air.
Hey now. Hey Tom.
Yeah.
You're an effing scumbag.
Oh, that's not fair.
You should have to call the families of all the people you cut commissions on and tell them that you're taking money away from them because you guys are having a good fourth quarter and you're paying them.
That's a very good point. You should call everyone's family and tell them why they're not going to have such a good Christmas. Scrooge.
Everybody's having a good year.
Well, okay. That's not what I'm hearing.
Well,
hearing a lot of angry voices.
He doesn't hear the squeal and the pain in the voices.
2 salespeople committed suicide yesterday. You don't even know that.
Fortunately, they didn't work here.
Oh.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you too, brother. All right. That's it. That's enough. That's your answer. Your answer is they all like it.
I know. I didn't say they all liked it.
They all understand it.
I said they understand the rationale. They may not agree with the rationale, but they
a deal is a deal is a deal in my book.
You know what?
You promise somebody
a man of my word.
If you promise somebody a commission on billings, you got to come through with it.
Yeah, when somebody comes here to apply for the job, aren't they coming because of the
commission? Yeah,
rate of commission they
and the opportunity to bill a lot and make money.
They don't know that if they do a really good job, they're going to get taken away.
That's crazy, man. I've never heard of that. When do you ever hear they can change the commission after you build it? That's a new one on me. You know what? You ought to teach business school. Here's what you do. You send a guy out on the street, let him pound the pavement for a while. If he comes out and makes a lot of money, we'll just take it away from him.
He's making too much. We don't like that.
I like that. I mean, as long as I don't get killed trying to do that.
Hey, you know
what I promise you? It ain't happening.
It's just as absurd as saying you're not selling good at all, so we'll raise your commission.
Right.
Well, we would never do that.
We know that.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, you're not making enough.
You make too much money.
You're a lousy
It's like communism.
Absolutely.
It's funny. This company's always been involved in wacky stuff like this, because I was just remembering, it had to be like 8 or 9 years ago. Whenever you'd go in for a raise with Tom, he would tell you about this program that the company had called Fund the Future. You remember Fund the Future?
Yes.
And I remember
what happened to that?
I remember
the future.
It was a worksheet, Howard. It was a worksheet you took home, and it was a lot of boxes you filled out. It was like multiply your salary by 15%, divide by 20, make it by 52 weeks. And it really was a lot of work to do the worksheet.
No, it was a lot of work to
No.
It was a program. Here was the program was very simple.
It wasn't.
It was. You got stock options equal to 10% of your salary that would vest over a certain period of time that were just given to you.
Yeah, those stock options really going way up.
That was Fund the Future.
Fund the Future.
Do we still have those?
So what happened? Where is Fund the Future?
I think it's still around.
Really?
So what happened? You go in for a raise and he'd say Fund the Future?
It was one of the things when you went in for a raise, he would say, by the way, the company, you're lucky to work at a company that's giving you something to have this Fund the Future. But I remember.
So where's your stock?
I don't know. I got to go look for it. I'm not sure where it is.
How do you get your hands on it? He's ready to cash out.
You have an account somewhere.
Somewhere.
You got options. You know what the stock's
Gary,
at?
I'll give you the number.
But I think I know what it was. Make a penny on it.
I just remembered. All the options are at like $15 more than what it is now.
Right,
that's what it is.
Right.
Gee,
right. The option.
You are lucky. You have a company.
Thank goodness you funded the future.
Stock options.
I did. I funded the future.
I think that was they given to you when the stock was at 75. No, I think it's at 34 now.
I think all the options are.
All of them are underwater.
All the ones that I have are in the high 40s. All the ones that I have in the high.
So you know what those are worth? Zero.
Well, no, I could pay $5 and get them. $5 over the 40.
If you cashed in, you'd lose $40,000.
Right. Hey, Gary, in .com stock. The future has been canceled. The future was out of whack.
The stock is now worth too much money.
We'll have to take it back.
It made too much.
It made too much.
You funded the future, all right.
I just remembered that I do have all these, and I got a bunch of them. I think I have like I don't know.
So you'd go in for a raise and Tom would go, fund the future.
It would be one of the things he would say. He would say, listen, by the way, you're at a company where the company's giving you something, and
we're giving you the shaft.
You know what? Tell the company to stop. They're being too good to you.
Hey, Tom, since that didn't work out so well for Gary, do you think he could have the cash value of Fund the Future since you guys change deals all the time around?
Sure. His monkeys fly out of my ass.
Yeah, because he has options. He doesn't have any stock. You should give him the stock.
Actually, I have no options. I literally have no options.
Well, of course.
I remember the first.
I had a few shares. They're worth zero. Zero.
Right.
I made zero money. Nothing.
The new program.
I'll sit down with you, and if you can show me where my options are worth, what my options are worth, I would appreciate the accounting. Oh man, you misunderstood. It was to fund my future.
Right.
My future's impacted too. Believe me.
I'm keeping you down, but you're giving you pie in the sky dreams.
Penelope, we just bought Costa Rica.
Wow. Yes, Ron, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
It sounds to me like the company's trying to, squander as much money as possible before the end of the year. So, when you leave, that.
Squander?
I think you're using the wrong term, sir.
I think they're trying to save up like squirrels.
Right.
They're squirreling away money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But Howard said.
Listen, Gary, I know you want a raise. Realize by the year 2013, you will be rich. According to my calculations and Fund the Future, by 2013, you'll be worth $94 million.
On Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Aren't you lucky?
You're lucky. I'm going to give you a pay cut.
Speaking of all the good salespeople here.
Yes.
You know how they get paid?
By not talking to you so they don't get their commission cut?
Yeah, you hide. Maybe you didn't get the memo.
I never got the memo. You pay me.
If you only sold less, you'd make more.
Have you ever heard of any other any other company doing that?
Yes.
Really? Who?
Oh, yeah.
What radio company?
It happens all the time.
Oh, that's a lie. Name one company that's doing that.
I don't work for other companies.
I see.
Do different radio stations have different commissions, or is it all sort of set? It's not like a standard?
No.
This is the trap door.
Do you ever tell them about this eventuality when you're interviewing for a job?
Are you crazy, Rob?
Who will I get to pound the street? We tell them when it's time.
Work while you can at this commission because it can change.
We have a floating commission system. The more you make, the less you make.
Okay, now there are 3 shells. Guess which one the marble is under?
There's only one general manager in America that has to go through this.
Who would that be?
That would be me.
But you're famous, Tom.
That's it. Look at the fame you have.
Names. No, I won't give you other names.
Dude, I don't know. How long did that meeting take that you sold this to the salespeople?
Sold it. He just gave it to him.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, how long was the conversation? Anybody voice any kind of opposition?
Well, was it a meeting or a memo?
I was individual meetings that
individually, then they don't attack me in a group. Divide and conquer. I learned that in the management meeting in Aruba.
No.
No mass mobs.
No mass mobs.
Put down those torches.
All right, let's get the meeting started. Good news, everyone. Your income is reduced.
I watched Frankenstein. I know what can happen. There's an uprising.
You're lighting me on fire.
They come for you.
The village people are outside my window. So you individually met with everyone?
I really.
You individually met with everyone? I just want to understand the management technique.
I was in
your hat. You're getting screwed.
The individual meetings happened between them and their sales managers, and then a group of salespeople came to me to talk about it.
I see.
So you just have to tell the sales managers.
Yeah.
Right. So they did the dirty work.
My hatchet.
My hatchet men.
My capo regime.
Didn't I tell you to keep away the masses? Now I have to meet with these people.
No, you know what? I would have been happy to sit in the individual meetings. And I was happy to sit with the group when they
Did you do like wacky Tom math in front of them? You have to understand.
There's no wacky Tom math.
Everything is out of whack. Out of whack. How did anything change?
Voodoo economics.
Yeah, I mean, did you do any of the voodoo economics?
Yeah, I had to.
You said that that everyone spoke to the manager individually, then a group came to you. Was the group the group that came, was that a planned meeting, or was that the people who came to want more explanation on it?
Which group? The confused group or the stunned group?
That was the angry group.
The angry mob. You all.
Group still hasn't been heard from.
Now let me explain it to you simply. You all understand the symbol for pi, right? Okay, now let me show you.
Plus 1 equals
10 for me, nothing for you.
All you have to do is plug in the numbers. I will give you the formula.
You people are too materialistic. As Buddha once said, those who have many possessions will fail.
Okay, you want go call someone who gives a crap.
I just feng shuied my office. Maybe you should too.
Here's a dime.
Talk to the hand.
Hey, cut out lunch.
Talk to the tie.
What's your problem with all this?
Cut out lunch.
Oh, my God. Spot on.
Okay, enough of cutting your commissions. Let's go talk about Plaza de Chiusano.
I'll be going to Italy and Montana this year.
There you go. I'm buying Montana.
I'm golfing in Scotland.
Fortunately, I get a cut of the action at the end of the year, which is not being cut.
Scotland is the birthplace of golf. I must go there.
Scotland is the birthplace of golf. I must go.
It is.
Oh, my God.
They have sheep and golf balls.
Tom, bad karma on this one.
He's created an atmosphere where bad salesmen actually thrive, though.
Yes.
At some point, you're going to lose sleep over this one. I know it. You're a sales guy at heart. I mean, I understand you're screwing over the air staff, but, you know. Salespeople, those are your own people. Right. That's right. I came up through sales in Chicago. I was the #1 biller at WMAQ.
What?
I don't know. Wherever you were. You see, my cut is in whack. Your cut is out of whack.
So I'm whacking your cut.
Your cut is my cut, and my cut is my cut. Any questions?
3/4 of pie is what? All right,
is mine. Yours is mine.
Tom, congratulations on this latest business coup. I cannot believe.
You should be happy with this.
Any salespeople want to come in?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Any salespeople want to come and get fired?
By the way, the people who gave big gifts at Tim's wedding won't get them back.
Probably someone said to himself, I'm going to give Tim a really big gift for his wedding, and then I won't get my commissions cut.
I fooled you.
See, if I was a sales guy, I'd say, no dice, give me my commission, and I'll quit. Otherwise, I'm suing your ass. I would. I wouldn't put up for it.
You quit.
I wouldn't put up for it.
But you're then quitting.
But then Tom would say, if you quit and sue us, I will get the word out to all the other radio stations. You will never work in this town again.
Not even the black ones.
Oh, yeah? I have not even the black stations.
I have never threatened anybody like that.
Not even the black stations or Puerto Rican stations.
You'll be selling hip-hop in Kansas.
You will be wrecked in this business. Not even WBLS will hire you.
Hello, soul brother. Listen, this salesman is verboten.
Hey, soul brother #1.
From one brother to another. You'll be selling polka in Portland.
You know what's the amazing part of this?
Hey, my brother, you better get your jive act together. You'll be talking like a wigger if you don't shape up.
You'll take this cut and like it.
Hello, I'm wondering if you would like to be on the Soul Experience, WBLS. How'd you like to go around saying that? Huh? How you like them apples?
Brush up on your ebonics.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to move to Wilkes Bar.
How's your Spanish?
Como se dice you're out of work?
No trabajo.
All right, Tom. Good for you on this latest business move.
What a coup.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard. You're just a cuckoo on this latest cuckoo. You just really.
Swindle. I mean, future.
You have absolutely set a new standard in business.
It's brilliant.
You know, there are businessmen all over the
admiring
New York
you right
area. Actually, the country saying, "I'm going to do that today."
You really have shown that you are a genius.
Thank you, sir.
And you could sell this. You are the greatest salesman. Congratulations.
It's a step towards bringing back slavery.
Yeah, you're one step closer. Free labor.
Bucky, get in the pot of boiling water.
All right, we're going to take a break, Tom. No need to bring this up again. We'll be back right after these words.
So poor and so black.
Let's go.
It's the Family Feud with the Osborne family versus Anna Nicole Smith.
100 people surveyed, top 5 answers on the board. Here's the question. Name an occupation that to many young girls seems glamorous.
Rock and roll!
Survey, sir.
I'm a very simple man.
You know, it's nothing personal. You've got more money than I have. Here's the question. Name something you keep in the house for emergencies.
Canabana, is that what you call it?
Survey, sir. No, but I love the thought. I think that was sweet.
Yeah.
I don't want the coyotes to get the carrots.
Okay. Well,
to the Howard
our
Stern
general
Show.
manager, Tom Chiusano, came in and said he has a Snapple story.
Oh, yeah? So he's coming in?
He said he would. There he is, Mr. Advice. Great advice, getting that phone number on the back.
Isn't that a great idea?
Yeah.
Hey, my friend, you know what? You know, he came to the idea. I got to did a month study.
Yeah.
And they came back and said, go with the phone number on the back.
Good advice. It's a real class shirt.
Anyway, Snapple.
Yeah.
Number one, we buy it by the case.
Who's we?
Your family?
Your family?
My family.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I mean, my son.
Same here.
My son and his friends, love the stuff.
Are you the type of dad that has all the kids over all the time?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think Tom's house is the favorite house. Tom's
right.
the favorite dad.
Yeah, because of
Come on in, kids. We've got more Snapple.
Yeah.
Because of Penelope, not because of
Yeah,
me.
Penelope's the kind of homemaker that makes kids comfortable.
Yeah.
Like I would think she was a cool mom.
But so Tim plays ice hockey. He's the goalie on the team, and he promised the team anything they wanted. If they got a shutout, the goalie gets extra credit. When they get the shutout, they said, we get you a shutout, we get a case of Snapple.
Right.
That's all they wanted?
That's what they wanted.
Wow.
They're as smart as you, Tom.
Now we know where it all comes from.
I mean, come on.
The kids.
All right, but they obviously had to make a reasonable request.
Right.
Is what you said.
Right.
So, it's for a car. Right. All right, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So they got the shutout. The kids got their Snapple. They're very excited.
Well, that's an exciting story.
Absolutely.
And look at all the things the kids could have asked for.
Yeah, they could have asked for something else.
They asked for Snapple.
I have a Snapple story.
Go ahead. All right.
I also buy Snapple by the case. I love it. And I had lots of people visiting over the vacation.
Those teeth are no improvement. They're just no improvement. Did you notice anything?
He
can't even talk with them.
Lots of people came.
You can barely get the words
visit
for
the baby Jackson over the vacation. And I served them Snapple. In fact, Stuttering John was over. And I realized at the end of the week when I went to take out the recycling bin, it was filled with at least 30 or 40 Snapple bottles. Everybody loves it.
Wow. No, I have no desire to see Baby Jackson. Is that wrong?
Well, he's not asking for you. So
all right.
You don't want to see Gary's creation.
Don't worry, Robin, get your sharpen your pencils and get your pad ready because I'm having you guys up at the end of the month.
Oh, is that right?
Well, I'm going to ask those guys, and if you feel like you want to come, remember we had the discussion. We had the discussion.
I would go to your house.
I wouldn't bother you by asking you.
No, I would go to your house.
I have a question.
Yes, Tom will be invited.
Is this people who invited to the wedding only?
Yeah. Good move not inviting Tom. Half the people you invited to your wedding.
1995. My wedding was in 1992.
You know what's amazing to me about you, Gary? Half the people you invited to your wedding, I'm sure you don't even see anymore.
I see them all. I see everybody.
I don't know.
I really do. There's hardly
But
any...
who do you see more, them or Tom?
Well, I didn't know I was going to see...
Why did you invite your boss?
I didn't know I was going to see Tom every morning.
Well, but come on. You see him every day. I mean, he's your boss. He's the guy you have to go and ask for a raise every year.
This is true.
So what would it have cost you to have Tom at the wedding?
No, it wasn't a cost thing. It was one of those things that just went by. It wasn't like we said, Tom, yay or nay.
Now I feel bad for making the joke.
No.
But it wasn't no joke.
It wasn't like Tom's name.
That's sheer stupidity.
But it wasn't like Tom's name came up and we nayed it. It was just. It really wasn't over.
Yayed or nayed. That's another big Garyism.
Yes,
we didn't yay or nay it. We didn't nay it.
Okay, fine. I'm a congressman
So
now.
tell Tom he's not even in your thoughts. That's a good way to get out of it.
I don't care what you say about me. Just don't ignore me. You know.
So it wasn't the cost. It was the way you just don't like him. You don't like Tom, right?
I didn't say that.
What did you say?
I said it was an oversight. I didn't say. That's what I'm saying. It's not
How do
like
you overlook inviting your boss?
Tom's name came up and we said.
That's the first guy you invite.
No.
But
You know what I
this
mean?
is what I'm saying to him. This is not a good excuse.
You know what Gary was
I'm not
thinking?
saying
I'm going to tell you.
I'm
Gary
saying
won't
it's
admit to
right.
this, but I'll tell you what Gary was thinking. Hey, it's my wedding. It's my Tom and I really aren't
keep it
close.
separate.
And you know what? No one will have a good time if Tom's there.
Howard.
And I don't want to have Tom looking
That's
at me.
so not true because Tom,
I know it.
You were there and you weren't even looking at me. I didn't even know you were there practically.
In your mind, you thought Tom was going to bum out the crowd.
I think Tom can really ruin a party of 170 people?
That's what you thought.
Of course not. Of course not.
150 is my max.
Tom, you realize that that's not true.
And I'm the belle of the ball at the Christmas party.
Oh, yeah. You should have seen Tom and everybody dressed up as the village people.
Really?
Tom, were you wearing the Indian headdress or were you wearing the motorcycle helmet?
The motorcycle helmet.
Were you guys wearing little loincloths?
Listen to this. They come out dressed in these outfits. First of all, somebody has to actually think of getting the outfits in the first place.
But this was from the people who did the entertainment.
Every year, K-Rock has a Christmas party, and at the Christmas party, all the management guys want to try to seem like they're regular guys, like they're wacky, wild guys, and you guys don't understand us. We're really
the one
fun.
time of the year we're letting our hair down.
Yeah, we're letting our hair down.
And letting you make fun of us.
Yeah, I mean, I heard some people in management were tongue kissing other people, and but other guys.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
But Tom, let me tell you something.
But that's where they try to show like they're wacky guys.
Right. It was Tom.
I guess, that convention they go to every year, I guess that happens there, too.
Oh, yes, it does.
Denied.
Because I even heard about a wedding.
Please, it was a guy
at one of these conventions where two guys married each other.
They were giving out medals with a very prominent man in our company dressed as the Pope.
But it's like let's be wacky for
But at the Christmas party
and show everybody that despite the fact that
buffaloes.
Despite the fact we have to bust your balls all year, we're really regular guys. In fact, we're more fun than you guys.
Well, Howard, check this out.
Fred Bernie Rubble.
Right.
It was Tom. Ed, our sales manager, a very prominent man in the company, and the other gay guy that works here, and they all dressed up as the village people, and they were lip-syncing to YMCA.
No, really?
That was after we almost got thrown out for throwing dinner rolls at each other.
And Tom, did you wear a loincloth and stuff?
No, I had put a little grass skirt on over my...
over your pants.
Oh, okay.
That's an Indian?
Wacky would have been taking your clothes off and, running around naked.
But I'm telling you, we were at one of the finest hotels in the country, and they were ready to throw us out because everybody was throwing dinner rolls.
Bar with a hunk of butter stuck to the back of his jacket.
Yeah, now there's a guy you want to party with. Bucky. Bucky trying to show you how wild he is, putting butter on his back. Why would he have hunks of butter on his back?
People threw him at him.
Threw it at him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a food fight.
Butter? Yes. It's unbelievable. I walked in, the rolls were flying.
I wouldn't throw anything at Bucky.
You never know. You never know what he's going to fling back at you.
Wasn't Bucky like an army guy?
Yeah.
Wasn't he a nom and everything?
Marine sergeant.
He looks like he could snap at any minute.
You and he served together.
No, I never was with Bucky.
Oh, okay.
He looks like a guy who could snap at any minute.
And he does. You hear him yell all day.
Yeah, right.
He looks like he lives his life in a foxhole.
Yeah, his house must be a bunker.
I wouldn't exactly be throwing stuff at Bucky.
You should hear him yell at the sales people.
Really? Yeah, we got to. Yeah, all right.
Snapple commercial.
Well, I didn't know you'd be so interesting. Anyway, everyone buys Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth.
Groovy. And I'm screwing my computer. Give me a second. I'm just got to get this together. All right, I'm not going to... when you start messing with computers, they just totally distract you. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, it's like you go into another world.
Yeah.
You come out, you don't know how all the time went. Your whole day is gone.
Jackie, would you start mailing me pictures of last night?
I didn't think so, but I know an extra thing got sent through, so maybe there was something on deck that hadn't gone through.
Yeah, because I'm downloading 7 minutes of information from you.
Uh-oh.
When you do it over the phone, it takes forever. Jackie sent
I only sent you 2 messages last night, and it said that I sent 3. So.
Oh, really?
Jackie.
He always has that.
He always has issues. I never get him on target with that computer
Sometimes
stuff.
he's sending him 10 different places, and he doesn't know it.
I think Jackie just likes having problems. Hey, so...
it's not with me.
We got this in the mail.
What?
Dear Howard,
I am pleased to present our newest release for your review called Do the Macarena Totally Nude.
Oh, no.
This is the latest Macarena thing. The video is 45 minutes long, and it features 6 beautiful dancers.
45 minutes of Macarena?
Yeah, performing Howard's favorite dance the way it was meant to be performed. The video features the original soundtrack. I got to check this out. You want to see it?
Yes. Nude Macarena.
Totally nude Macarena. You ready? I got to see that. I bet you the chicks are hot, too, because you can get hot chicks to do nude Macarena as long as they don't have to have sex.
Well, you said they've got hot chicks doing sex now.
Nah. Let's see if this thing works. We got this VCR unit in here now, but I don't see it happening. I'm hitting play and nothing's going on. So, you know, nothing works.
Do people just put the unit in and not check it?
Well, I'll tell you what my biggest complaint about the new studio is, and this is Tom's fault. I told him to put locks on the studio doors. I said that when we were over at the old station. I said, you know, we built the studio specifically for this show, but it does me no good because every time I've walked in here with a little surprise, you know, like a surprise attack, there are guys in here doing production. There are interns in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's tons of things going on.
What did I say when we were having that discussion? I said, obviously, it's not our studio. They mean to use it the rest of the day.
I've tried to leave stuff in here. Stuff has been taken out already. Controls have been changed. And I've talked to Tom, and I said, Tom, lock the goddamn door. If you have to have somebody come in here, they'll have to get permission to come in here. There's too many people.
It's a playroom.
It's a playroom. And, like, he doesn't get it. I'm just so frustrated with him. There's a million things he doesn't get, but especially that. And he's like, I don't know. Oh, the locks have been ordered. They'll be here in a month.
This is our studio.
Yeah.
We should be able to use it the rest of the day.
Yeah. Well, management gives tours all day long. Fine. But let them go and get the key from someone in my office, and then, you know, you got the salespeople in here, and I'm just telling you.
We still are cleaning out the
and what I resent is,
studio every day.
Now I'm on the air in a less than professional manner because I go to use the VCR unit, and it doesn't work, and I know why, because buttons get kicked in, then Scott comes in and has to fix it. When are the locks on the doors going to happen?
They will be in before you get back.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is bogus. I mean, I come in here sometimes, there are people sitting at my desk just hanging out, and I see them screwing with little buttons and stuff.
Yeah, they're trying things out.
They never did that with Johnny Carson's set, man. You sat down on that set, you were fired.
Remember the time that Don Rickles took his cup or pencil or something?
Don Rickles was never doing the show again. Took his goddamn cup. Seriously, Tom, get that together already. Put a lock on the door.
We're going to.
Yeah, and don't give it to 900 people. If you have a key and Gary has a key, fine. Then I know there are 2 people responsible if something's missing. You and Gary. I want to know who has it.
We will. We said at the beginning, or after the first controversy about
when is the lock going to be on the door?
I don't know. I don't know specifically.
Would you say
I already
before
said
Tisha B'Av?
Before Tisha B'Av.
All right, okay.
I know Tisha B'Av.
You do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, even I don't. I don't know when it is, but I hope it's before then.
Isn't that the day that never comes?
Scott, can someone come in and fix the VCR now that we're, you know... Oh, here I go. I got it now. I mean, 20 times I got to hit the damn thing.
Wait a minute.
No, the other day I come in here, all the microphones were changed. Look, don't think I'm kidding. I can't even...
They gave you this special thing so you can point that anywhere and make it...
No, you got to point at this box.
What do you have gloves on for?
Because it's freezing in here when I come in. What is it? I can't stop it.
Where's your electric eye?
Right here. Here's the electric eye. The equipment just doesn't work.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't. Come in here and you tell me how to stop this.
Does that thing have batteries in it?
The electric eye doesn't work. You got to point it to the machine, I guess. I don't know. Look.
Nothing's happening.
He thinks I'm lying. He thinks I make this stuff up.
I think you do sometimes.
No, I'm not. I don't make any of this up. Yeah, Tom, why would I want to waste the audience? Oh, okay, great.
How many times do you have to push? Now push it and cut it off.
I can't.
Doesn't work.
I'm trying to watch Totally Nude Macarena.
It's not totally nude. Girl's wearing a smiley face.
I know. Oh, yeah, she's wearing a G-string that's total smiley face. That's good. Yeah, I like that. Well, anyway. Yeah, put locks on the doors. You know, then I can leave some computer equipment in here and stuff. Thank you. Because it's just a joke.
Yeah, I was going to say, we still have to clean out everything every afternoon or every day after the show, or we wouldn't know where it was.
How come the chicks are still wearing bathing suits? I want to see them do nude Macarena. Hold on, let me fast forward. I'll get to that.
It's going to be strip Macarena.
Boy, these are nice-looking girls. See, I knew you could get nice-looking girls to do as long as they're not having, like, intercourse. Oh, there you go. Hey, now.
Yeah.
Totally nude Macarena. Now I like Macarena.
Well, she's not doing the Macarena now.
Yeah, what is she doing? That's not even the Macarena. Oh, that is sexy. Now she's doing Macarena.
She's doing it backwards, though.
Boy, that's a hot little honey, huh? What do you guys think of that? Oh, God. I love that.
There's just no reason.
Oh, now she's totally nude. That ain't no Macarena.
Macarena. All you want to do is see girls jumping around doing the Macarena?
I thought it was going to be 6 girls doing the Macarena. Oh, here you go. That's not even Macarena.
No, she's doing the lambada now.
But she's doing the Macarena to this song, naked.
Oh, she is doing the Macarena.
Yeah, but why to this slow music?
I don't know.
Slow motion.
Dude, what's going on with this Macarena?
You know, I had it queued up to 6 naked women doing the Macarena.
Yeah, but I guess this is something else. But they're still doing the Macarena, but to this.
Yeah, very slowly.
I thought for sure it was just going to be 45 minutes.
And there's 10 minutes on her butt cheeks.
Now, where's that part in the Macarena where they turn around?
Yeah. I'm looking at her ass for 10 minutes. Wow. She got a great body. I believe God lives underwater.
I'm glad you can understand Fred over that music.
I know. And then you go, I don't know, for some reason his voice doesn't carry over music.
This is a really bad mic.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Well, why don't we replace? If you know that, why don't you tell me and I'll have it replaced?
We all have the same crappy mic.
I know, it's awful. Well, I'm going to talk to Tom. I'm sure he'll listen to me.
Because sometimes you can't hear Robin, too.
But Tom lies to me. Yesterday I was on the phone with my agent for an hour and a half screaming that I don't want to work here anymore because Tom lies to me.
He lies?
Yeah.
Tom considers himself a very honorable man.
He's not. He's not an honorable man. He's dishonorable.
I'm shocked to know this. What does he lie about?
Well, I don't have a lot of time these days for discussion. And when I take time out to have a discussion with Tom about something, that it's got to either happen or not. You just got to give me a straight answer. If it's not going to happen, let me know and I'll deal with it.
Don't jerk you around.
Yeah. So, Tom and I had a long discussion about a month and a half ago about the telephone system, the Telos system that I've been after to get. We have the equipment, evidently. He ordered it. And the decision was made to put it in when we moved studios. So I went to Tom and I said, hey, Tom, why would you, if you got the phone system, put it in here. How complicated could it be? Put it in. I need it now. Why should we wait?
Why would you get the equipment and let it sit in a box?
He says to me, well, Richie, the engineer says you have to, he wants to be able to put it in place at the new studio. I go, Tom, I've built stuff in my house. You hire an architect. He measures the equipment. But, yeah, I'm telling you why you're a liar. You measure. I say, Tom, you measure the equipment. We had this whole discussion. I know your answer. Your answer is going to be, we never had this discussion.
No, we did have a discussion.
I said, so you measure the equipment and you leave a hole for it, and then when we bring it over, you'll be able to install it in the new place. So Tom says to me, okay, we'll get the phone system. This is like a month and a half ago. We're going to put it in. We'll put it in here. We'll put it in here. Well, let me finish the story.
Oh yeah, but
you'll get your chance.
But you're going to...
Pinocchio.
No, it's going to go to a conclusion that's
your
not
nose is growing. So so anyway, you don't know what my conclusion is.
Well, no, if your conclusion is that I'm a liar, then it's an incorrect conclusion.
You are a liar.
I know that's the worst thing you can say to Tom.
I'm not. I've lost all respect for you.
You can call him stupid. You can call him. The thing he doesn't like is liar.
I know. Well, I don't care. Now he's a liar. I know he doesn't mind if you call him stupid. It's a liar that he doesn't like. But now listen. So I said to Tom,
there's that voice.
All right, fine. He says, I'll put the system in for you here, and then when we move, we'll do it. Okay, fine, agreed. So, it has been a while, and I kept saying to myself, gee, I wonder where this system... But I guess they're putting it in. So last night, my agent says to me something about, you're getting that... Something about...
Two different things.
I was talking about the 1-800 number.
Mixing metaphors.
Wait a second. They were talking about the 1-800 number because I'm on fire about that. And then... He said, you don't need the 800 number until you move to the new studio because Tom's not putting the Telos system in until then.
No.
So I said, what? What do you mean he's not putting the Telos system in?
No.
He goes, no, he's not putting it in until September when you move.
That's not what I told him.
Oh, really? Oh, so you are putting it in here?
Yes.
Oh, you are? All right, you're not a liar, a man of your word. All right, that's all right.
The 800 number goes in at the new place.
Oh, my agent got it wrong.
The Telos
That's the problem when you have a third party
involved. It's supposed to be put in here. Richie's just waiting for the final pieces, the final parts to come in.
Well, you're an honorable man. I take it back. You're not a liar. What can I say? I got bad information. And I had a horrible night as a result.
Well, you should have called me.
I can't. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
He's too angry to talk to you.
I said, I'm not dealing with Tom anymore. Now my agent will deal with Tom.
Great.
From now on, talk to my agent.
And then we'll have misinformation.
Who cares? It's better than talking to you.
Now you're playing telephone.
I know. That's unbelievable.
Okay.
But, all right, then I apologize. That it was my fault, and Tom is an honorable man.
She's still stupid, but you know, I don't want no, and you're smart, too. Just like the captain. Go ahead. Thank you. Tom, your office is to the right. All right. Well, I'm embarrassed now. I was given bad information by my agent. And I said to my agent, this is so stupid. I said, do you think this is going to matter in 100 years? I don't even think it matters now. I said, but my stupid little world, it matters.
It would be nice now.
All right. Yeah. Well, evidently Tom has that in the works. I apologize to all concerned. All right? There's an apology.
He'll get it in a week before we leave.
Well, at least he's doing it, though. He's a man of his word. My agent made it seem like he wasn't a man of his word.
Okay.
Papa Fooey's a funny guy. He's my producer.
Why are you laughing at him now?
Well, he's a weird guy. I never understand him. We had a situation. No, I don't understand you.
I can explain it. I actually think.
All right, let me tell Robin what happened.
In this situation, I think I could explain myself.
Can I explain to you why you're wrong? I only want to take 5 minutes with this. I really want to do the news.
But you could do 30 if you had to.
I know. Gary came in. We have a problem with some of the equipment here in the studio.
Okay.
Specifically, everybody gets tangled up in the headphones, and all you have to do is drill a hole. It could be solved in 5 minutes. And I've been talking about this for 2 years with various people who are in control here. Anyway, so Gary today almost fell. While I was arguing with that guy on the phone, Gary almost went flying out the door because he tripped on the headphones. And Gary goes, all they have to do is do this and this. I said, Gary, you know what you can do?
Wait a second, and knocked over Jackie's coffee,
right.
which landed
it's
all over
dangerous.
Jackie and all over the floor.
Yeah, it's very bad. It's
important to the story.
Okay, whatever. We have a million incidences where you have a million documented. I have tripped over it, and I said, this is easy to fix. Yeah. So Gary goes, whoa. So I said, Gary, you know what I would do to solve the problem? Instead of telling me about it, here's what I would do. Have a meeting with Tom. Tell him everything you just said. Tell him we have a headphone situation that is out of control. People are tripping over the headphones. Howard's tripping. You almost fell flat on your face today. Make him aware of it in a meeting. And then say to him in this meeting, Tom, if you're not going to take me seriously, I'm telling you this is coming from Howard. Mm-hmm. Do you want to go through the charade of having Howard meet with you as well? Because what I'm trying to do is avoid meeting with Tom every minute. Maybe Gary could handle some of
things like this, which are easy.
Right. So, I'm in the middle of doing the show. So Gary goes, you're right, I'll handle it. 2 seconds later, Gary comes walking through the door with Tom.
But not to talk to you.
Oh, I see.
I was here to illustrate to Tom while I had fresh coffee on the rug and fresh coffee all over Jackie's pants. I wanted him to see
So Tom comes in, and now is in the studio.
Howard, you would never... Wait, can I just say...
I'm going to finish. I heard you had to show him right then and there the coffee.
No one asked you to address him. You took it upon yourself. I was talking to him. You took it upon yourself to address him.
Gary,
I would have walked right out with him.
Tom walks in. He stands about right over there, and now I'm engaged in conversation with Tom. I can't ignore him if he's here.
He didn't
sitting there looking at me. Gary, listen to me, and I'm going to tell you again. I'm asking you to take a meeting with Tom so I don't have to be involved.
I would have walked out with him.
It was a conversation. You didn't save me. No, Gary, it doesn't go down like that. Tom looks at me. Of course, you're sitting here talking about the headphones. How am I going to avoid it?
You don't have to get involved in it. You could have looked the other way. I would have brought him out and discussed it with him later.
Gary, listen to me so carefully that like your life depends on you.
Just agree with me.
Don't just agree with me. I don't want to be involved in the conversation. And that's the reason. When I call my agent,
right?
My agent sometimes I have problems with management. Mm-hmm. I call my agent, I tell him about it. He says, I'll take care of it. He doesn't have the conversation in front of me. Now, I could sit quiet. You're right. I could sit quiet.
You're absolutely right. I just had an opportunity to show him a dangerous situation while it was existing.
Show it to him when I'm not here.
After the coffee dries at Jackie's pants dry.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
Fine.
Find a way to communicate without showing Tom the coffee. Just explain to him
it was a mistake.
Explain to him that the coffee is all over Jackie's pants.
Right.
But he'll believe you. I believe maybe it'll help, but I'm telling you, I don't want to be involved.
Fine.
It was one conversation I wanted to stay out of. So literally what I could have done was just gone next door and had the conversation with Tom.
So now not only have you made yourself crazy by having the conversation, you're going to make it doubly crazy by repeating the whole thing on the air for the whole world to hear.
That's right.
And embarrassing me.
Yes. That's right. Because I can't believe you don't get this
concept. But it's my fault that you're embarrassed.
Why would I sit there and discuss it with you and tell you how to handle it so you could walk out the door and bring Tom in here? Why don't I just say, get Tom so I can talk to him about it?
Well, as I said, I thought I was handling it my way.
Even Fred, when you walked out, goes, what's the matter with him?
No, I mean, you're the only one who doesn't see it.
Please don't use Fred as an example.
But no, he said, what's going on? Because there was a conversation that you had.
Fred's insane every other day of the week to you. Suddenly when it...
That's what I'm saying. An insane guy saw this one, clearly.
He suddenly knows what's going on.
No, I'm saying
when it helps
an insane man clearly saw that what I said to you... The reason I gave you the whole lecture so you could go have the conversation with Tom.
And I'm not saying Fred's insane. I'm saying that that's your perception.
Do you understand what I said to you?
I got you.
Okay. I mean, I don't know how else to explain this to you.
Charging forward and backpedaling all
So
the
Gary's idea of a meeting with Tom is, hey, Tom, come on in here. Howard just explained everything to me. I mean... It's all yours, Bo. No, be like my agent. Have the conversation. You're the producer. Have the conversation with him. Schedule a meeting with him and discuss some of the issues.
Don't you have a busy schedule today?
Yeah, I do. And I cannot believe I have to sit here and take time out to lecture you again on how to do your job. Helen Keller called me and said, what's wrong with Gary? All right, thanks, Gary. Go have a conversation with Tom. So now I'm in here with Tom discussing the headphone situation, and I told him how to do it.
So did it get straightened out? Will it be fixed?
I don't know. Tom said...
We've said that to Tom before.
Tom did say to me, it does seem a shame since we're moving studios. Why not wait until we just move? And I go, Tom, we're not moving for years. You're going to drill a hole. It's going to take 5 minutes. And the whole problem's going to be solved. It's one hole. So all the wires for the headphones can go through the hole. He goes, okay, I think you're right. First time I've been right ever. But I'm just trying to have Gary to have conversation with Tom. Tom marches in 2 seconds later.
Something between the two of them.
Gary likes to have the conversation right away because I think he thinks he's afraid that he's going to forget to have the conversation. So he likes to take care of everything.
It was fresh in his mind.
Yeah.
And he wanted to handle it right then.
It was the most recent thing we had talked about. Rather than put it off, why not go handle it right now? But I want him to see Jackie's coffee.
And the dry carpet.
Yeah. Doesn't Tom need to see the coffee as evidence?
Damp. It's damp, I swear. See, it's wet.
Yeah. He was like, so he brought Tom in to see coffee in the middle of my radio show when I don't want Tom in here.
He doesn't, Tom would believe him if he said Jackie wound up having his coffee spilled all over him and it went on the floor.
Isn't the best kind of evidence to see the coffee?
Hey, Wolf, fresh on the carpet. It's fresh in my mind.
So I had show and tell with Tom.
Should I bring him in when the coffee is dry?
Yeah. Would you prefer I bring him in when the coffee is dry? I prefer you just not have these meetings in front of me.
I got a smoking gun, Wolf. It was a judgment call on my part.
Yeah. And I judged wrong. And
you could have ignored him.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Tom's in here having a meeting about something that I have said.
Right.
And I could have ignored him.
Now, Howard is over there. This is something he wants done, but don't talk to Howard about it.
No attention.
Yeah. You pay no attention to Tom. But I couldn't believe Gary marched Tom in here during my show when I'm sitting here trying to think about what I'm going to do next.
And his best thing was, you could have turned away.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to turn away from this discussion now. Like, this isn't coming from me.
Yeah. And, like, this room is so big that you can ignore anything that's happening in it.
So now I'm involved with Tom during the commercials, and that's what I'm busy doing. And then Gary wants to know why I'm busy talking about it on the air, because it's precious in my mind. Let's do some news.
Please.
So we can end this horror show.
You know how we have the standoff with the frequency to love?
Well, what proof? Listen to me. I'm going to cut you off. While the guy feels bad for you, there is no proof that you are Elizabeth Taylor's daughter in that letter.
Something in here.
Yeah, I mean, no offense. I'm trying to bring you back to reality.
In a murder case, let's say.
May I bring in Dr. Salem?
Can I just say, and let's say in judging something in life, whatever it is, if someone steals your, do you make a judgment on something before you have the facts?
All right, listen to me. I can tell that even if you were Elizabeth Taylor's daughter, you would at some point give this up and get on with your life.
I don't really care whether even if I was and she doesn't want to, claim it, that's okay with me. Go on my life. I just want to be who I am in life. Well, what do you
want to be? Get close to that microphone. I can't hear what you want to be.
I want to sing, and I want to dance.
You want to sing and dance? Let me hear you sing something.
Well, you want to see me dance?
Yeah, let me see you dance.
Okay.
The hell is this? Let me see.
Do I dance with these things on?
Yeah, you could dance with them on. Sure. Sing and dance.
Too bad there's no music in the background.
You're not a nude dancer, are you?
Yeah,
good.
It looks like you're taking off.
Yeah, you seem like you're taking off clothes. I'm nervous.
No.
You don't have a dancer's body. That's why I'm surprised you're a dancer.
Okay.
Go ahead. Wow, look at this dancing. Go ahead, keep going. That's fantastic. She's great. She is good. You move very nicely. Get close to that microphone. I can't hear a word you're saying.
Sometimes I can dance like Michael Jackson. Like I could do dancing, then I'll turn on the TV and I'll see Janet Jackson dancing. I'll dance just like her.
Do you think, in other words, you're psychically connected to Janet Jackson in a sense?
I don't think that, but like I have a style like hers.
Yeah, let me see some of that.
Okay.
Go ahead. Interesting. Yeah, there is a similar move there. Yes.
I know how to dance.
I see.
If I go to a club,
you dance like a black person. Did anyone ever tell you that?
Oh, thank you.
I mean that as a compliment. Yes. Very good dancing. We got to admit that, Robin.
And I sing good, but I have to get good.
Okay, into the microphone.
Sorry.
You sing good?
I sing well.
Let me hear. What song have you written?
Okay. Well, I can relate to a lot of the songs.
Do you know the pot song?
The pot song?
Do you do that one?
I do all of Madonna. I know inside out.
Let me hear some Madonna.
Let
me hear some Madonna.
Do like a virgin or something.
Yeah, like a virgin.
Midnight at Midnight
at the Oasis? Was that what you were doing? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
She's already got a nice voice.
Just like a virgin. Ooh, stuck for the very first time. Just like a virgin. I have to have music in the background, but I can get into it real good.
And you really think you're a good singer?
That's CL music.
Here, I'll help you.
Song.
Do the flower song. I love that. Go ahead.
I love that rose song. I have my roses on my jean.
Go ahead.
Okay. If I had the music in the background of his tape, I would sing it.
What's the difference? The singer sings.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I've been kissed by a rose on a green. Wait. Can't do this.
All right.
I just
try a different song, please. All right, go ahead.
I have to really get.
I understand. You need a certain musical accompaniment.
Right.
I understand
but I do get into all music.
Really?
Yeah. I'm very in touch with what goes on with music.
All right, listen to me. You sound like a person who wants to be famous. Now, would I be correct in saying that?
To be who I am.
All right.
To be what I'm capable of doing.
Where is Dr. Salem? Let me bring in Dr. Salem and see what he thinks, all right? Just hear him out.
Have you had interest from music people?
Have you heard from any, put on your headphones, have you heard from any music companies about your music?
Because I haven't been...
Get close to the microphone.
I haven't been exposed to the world, so I've been like sheltered.
Well, in a way, you're being exposed now. That's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd love to meet with someone and just talk and just sort of jam with some people because I really, I'd like.
Have you ever heard of Apricot Studios?
No.
Out on Long Island?
No.
There's a young producer out there. No, it's really called Apricot Studios, and I know they've just constructed a brand new studio. I'll give you the address of the studio, and maybe you can go over there. I don't know. Maybe it'll be something.
Yeah, there's some people to jam with.
Yeah, there's some real good people out there.
There's traffic.
Jim. Go ahead.
No.
Jam.
There's traffic jam. Thought I'd get.
How I hate to be late. Hurts my.
Wait.
How can you sing if you can't remember any words?
Give her a chance. Give her a chance. She's a little nervous.
Wait.
Yeah. Robin's tough.
I'm sorry. Summertime and the living's easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mother's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
Very nice, very nice.
Don't encourage her.
Why not? I like it. What do I know? I didn't think it was so bad.
Well, you can sing at your house.
Dr. Salem, I know you don't have your suit on yet. I know you're in the middle of getting dressed.
She's doing David Bowie now.
Oh, I'm sorry, please.
Under the moonlight, the serious moonlight, China's all I love.
Right. Very nice. Gary, get me...
any of your own music?
Do you do any of your originals?
I haven't had a chance. I could write.
You can write? Maybe you'll sing your medical reports. Dr. Salem, you've worked in the psychiatric unit at Bellevue and other places. What do you make of this case? This is Dr. Salem, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. She obviously is in need of a lot of help.
Right.
And
help her, or are you interested in seeking out the advice of Dr. Salem, Susan?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying I am Elizabeth Taylor's daughter, but people tell me there's a possibility. So then, I'm not saying I am. I don't care who I am. I just want to be who I am. I don't care who my parents are. It's just a matter of becoming who I am in life. I think I've been stripped my roots and I haven't been given a chance to become who I am and blossom as a person.
You think your parents are lying to you?
Well, when you're constantly put down and told you're no good, I don't want to feel that I'm no good. I feel I am a good person.
Dr. Salem seems to be making some progress, even in this short amount of time.
Yeah.
He's got her talking. Boy, I'm pretty impressed.
Thank you.
What else, Dr. Salem? Is that it?
Yeah.
You're done? All right, thank you, Dr. Salem. All right.
Anyway.
Dr. Salem, you feel she has a clean bill of health? Did you help her?
Well, she definitely needs some talking to.
Yeah.
But she's on her way, I feel.
First thing she needs advice with is not to wear such tight pants. Maybe you get a
stretch pants, and they're really comfortable.
Well, I mean, you're a full-figured girl. Maybe.
See, she couldn't have danced for you if you had real.
You're not wearing panties or a bra, are you?
That's for sure. See right through everything.
Where are the pictures that show that there's a resemblance to Elizabeth Taylor?
I have them out there.
Oh, you do?
See them?
I personally, I don't want to see them.
I would like to see them.
They say I photograph great. I think I'm just an average.
Listen, you want to know what I think? Here's what I think.
I'm an average girl.
You're a nice, sweet girl. You understand what I just said? You're a nice girl. You got a couple of problems. This is my, I don't know what Dr. Salem agrees or not, but I am telling you.
Where does she live and how does she live?
I live on the water. I live on the water. I overlook the water.
You do overlook the water?
Yes, and I have the swans.
How come you're living so nicely? Your parents support you?
No, I work.
You do?
Yeah, I was a licensed therapist. I used to have a cleaning business. I used to watch children.
Really?
I sold real estate.
Oh, no kidding.
Everything's in the past.
Yeah, now how are you making money now?
Well, now I have to start over again. I was just helping a lieutenant, and he charged my bill so high, I don't know how I'm going to make it. I might as well just sign myself in. And
the lieutenant charged you to help him?
He charged. He had cancer. He had a liquor problem. I was helping him to get through it so he can go to the hospital.
Oh, he died?
No, he just totally, like I was almost like putting him in my grave. He overcharged my cards. And then I figured he was going to get money from his parents who gave him an inheritance, and it never came.
I see.
Is this the letter you showed us from this guy?
Yes, the same one.
I was had.
Yeah.
And it gets to the point where you're so abused that you just really don't want to love anybody anymore and really give of yourself.
That's sad.
It's like if people can be so cruel to people, when you put yourself out to help another human being get out of feeling.
Well, now you bring up an interesting point. Of course, you've brought up a lot of interesting points.
But, so, I don't understand.
All right, so here's the bottom line. You think you might be Elizabeth Taylor's daughter?
Who cares if I'm firsthand? I don't care. I just think they might have been my parents, whoever it is. I don't know.
Sometimes I got to tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm going to lessen your pain here. Sometimes I look at my parents and I pray to God they're not my parents. You understand? You know why?
Right.
I mean, I look at them and I go, boy, if anyone else was my parents, maybe I'd be a little better looking. I got genetics from hell. Do you understand what I said? The same point, though, I'm a realist. I realize these are my parents. Even if I had an inkling, I see all the creativity I have. I don't see any creativity in my parents. Even if I had an inkling that maybe, how could it be that I came from these parents? What am I going to do? Spend my whole life looking for new parents or going around claiming that someone else is my parent? At this point in your life, you ought to drop it.
But they're preventing me from going on.
No, your parents can't prevent you from anything. You're a grown woman now. You're an adult.
Do
you understand? What did I just say? Repeat back what I just said.
Well, maybe they are actually doing something, Howard.
What are they doing to prevent you from...
Even the police. Like, the police came over. I used to talk to them because I had harassing phone calls at 2 in the morning.
From who?
I don't know. And the police came over. They were coming over constantly. Things were, stolen. I had a lot of things going on.
Go ahead.
And he came over and he said, I really feel for you because I think what's happening is that you're being blamed for a lot of what's going on in your family. And then one night, a psychiatrist comes to the door. I was speaking to my brothers and sisters. The policeman said, get together with your brothers and sisters and talk about what's going on. See if they can, help you a little bit. And I called them and I said, let's just come together. And my mother was...
You don't have any short sentences, do you? See what I mean?
Okay,
I'm telling you, that's a sign that you might need help.
They sent the
Good, now you're getting somewhere.
And...
What did he say?
When the police came back to see me after I got out, he goes, I just can't believe that you have to go through this type of thing. He said, you're a beautiful girl. You live beautifully. You have everything going for you, and you're constantly getting
I don't understand why your parents would send psychiatrists to go lock you up all the time.
Oh, I do.
No, if she wasn't doing anything, why would they be over there?
I might speak long sentences, but I haven't hurt anyone.
Right. No, I know that. And you seem very gentle.
There's no law against long sentences.
Yeah, that's fine. That's your way of communicating. Fred communicates the same way.
No, he's very short.
Now, look, there's no real resolution to this story. All I can tell you is, I'm going to give you advice. You can take it or leave it. You need to seek professional help. That's my advice to you. There's no way I can handle your case.
Have you ever been on medication?
That's really a personal question.
Oh.
That sounds like a yes.
Do you take drugs?
No.
Do you fornicate?
No.
Yes. Oh, she doesn't. I do.
When do you fornicate?
I fornicated last night.
You didn't fornicate. You had sex with your wife.
No, I had sex by myself.
Oh, that's not fornication. That's
what is
masturbation.
That? I had masturbation last night.
You think bad thoughts?
Yes.
So maybe you need to be hospitalized, too.
Well, there's no doubt I need to be hospitalized. Oh, you don't like my advice?
I didn't understand how we got to that point.
I don't know.
I asked her if she was ever on medication.
Well, she didn't like the question, right? You don't like that question.
I just choose not to answer it.
Understood. You have every right not to answer the question. Well, anyway, listen, I don't know how to help you.
Okay, well, you said that you would recommend some of that, and that I would appreciate that.
Recommend what?
That place that's on the island.
Studio?
Apricot Studios?
Right. I mean, if you choose not to, that's okay.
No. You know, let me ask Dr. Chiusano what to do. Can I bring in another doctor?
Sure.
If Dr. Chiusano would come in to concur with Dr. Salem, see what he thinks.
To give a second opinion.
Yeah, let's get a second opinion from Dr. Chiusano, who is he is a Ph.D. and a medical doctor from Harvard University. He believes in the Freudian approach to curing people. Have you ever had Freudian, excuse me, come close to the microphone and answer?
Please, I don't believe in Freud.
Really?
No.
Well, he is a strict Freudian. Dr. Chiusano, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
We've asked you to come in this morning.
Yes.
What do you think of Susan here? Do you think that she needs to be hospitalized or helped in any way?
I hear a schizoid paranoid.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Multiple personalities.
Multiple personalities. Have you ever been accused of that?
Talking about Dr. Salem.
You talking about Susan or Dr. Salem?
I was talking about Dr. Salem.
Multiple personality. Now, have you ever been accused of that before? Multiple personality?
I mean, you know, I've studied, because I study the anatomy of the brain.
Right.
I've been studying all my life. Pathology, so
right.
I understand, you know, what goes on there.
So, in other words, you have heard this before.
I know what all of the terms are about and what
Dr. Chiusano, can't believe you actually might have hit something on the head here.
But I just wonder, in all of her studying, has she ever figured out what's her problem?
I certainly have.
Oh. What is your problem?
A lack of being able to follow through with who I am.
Really?
Oh, that's not a diagnosis that I.
And that is because you can't find your parents?
No, that's trivial. I don't care if I find them, like, ever. That's not an issue. People have told me that there's look into it, that these might not be your parents, and then a lot of people have said over the years that when I photograph, there's a similarity.
Do you look like your sisters?
Parallels in our lives.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap this up.
I have to ask.
Go ahead.
Do you look like your sisters and brothers?
No.
What do they look like?
Well, they have different color hair, and they're different.
Yeah. They are different.
I've been told that.
Really? All right. Now, listen, here's what I'm going to recommend. Because you say your problem is that you've never been able to be yourself. Right. Which is an unusual problem. You know who has that problem? Jackie.
Yeah. Jackie?
He always puts on that stupid persona.
Yeah.
So, what I'm saying is...
I wonder how she got here. How did
you hold us? If you put together some music, some legitimate music, I'll pass it on to the record company, guys. How's that?
People's songs?
Yes, you can sing other people's songs. Yes. Yes, you can. Okay. All right? I'm willing to do that for you.
Okay.
Why not? You've been a good sport. You came down here.
I would say it's good therapy.
Right. And you've been subjected to our questions, and you've been a good sport.
I still don't understand how she's paying the rent.
Listen, she's obviously on some sort of disability
Mom
or something,
and Dad
right?
are taking care of
Or Mom and Dad paying the rent.
No, right now I have to figure out a way to get some money because I haven't paid rent because I've been helping this man. So I'm either going to sell cars or do something right now just to take some money.
All right. Well, you know who you look like a little bit? A sort of a chubby-ish Gloria Estefan. You might be her daughter.
Tell me that.
Yes, you might be her daughter.
She could be your mother.
I did gain weight with him. I did gain weight when I lived with him. I put on some pounds.
All right, there's no doubt.
It's a joke about it. He told me I was pregnant.
No.
So I actually ate thinking I had another child in me, and then I found out I wasn't.
Right. Well, listen, thank God you were.
How come she listens to that Lieutenant Colonel and not the doctor?
I don't know.
I went to the doctor, and then I found out I wasn't.
All right.
I did verify it.
All right, listen to me. I do not believe you're Elizabeth Taylor's daughter.
That's okay.
Just so you know. I just don't believe it. I believe you should seek some help from your parents. I don't think it's a bad thing to listen to your parents. They might be right in this situation. I know you don't like to hear that advice. It might be, if you could turn to your parents, it might help. And my third thing that I will do for you is, if you put together some music, I will pass it on to the record company.
Okay, where should I mail it to you?
You'll give it to Gary, and I will listen to it and send it off to Harvey Leeds, who is a legitimate record guy. Why not? Well, hey, maybe she's got some...
You never know.
A lot of these artists are mental patients. You know what I'm saying?
Shakespeare was.
Shakespeare was his cuckoo. You know Shakespeare?
You knew Shakespeare?
He was cuckoo for Cocoa.
Shakespeare was trying to find his parents for a long time.
Did you know him?
Who, Shakespeare? Do you know any famous people?
No, but I know, like, James Taylor.
You do know James Taylor.
No, I'm saying Barbra Streisand was.
You know Barbra Streisand?
What did she have?
She was once a psychiatric patient.
She was?
And so was James Taylor. And,
James Taylor was. I don't know about Barbra Streisand.
Barbra Streisand was. And Elizabeth Taylor had several hospitalizations.
That is true. Well, maybe you are Elizabeth Taylor.
Well, she did say that's a similarity, that she's been to the hospital many times, and so has Elizabeth Taylor.
But the funny thing was...
Well, yeah, but now, when you started thinking you were Elizabeth Taylor's daughter, it's because you've been hospitalized and Elizabeth Taylor's been hospitalized. What were the other similarities between you and Elizabeth Taylor?
They're just weird things. I know you're going to jump on me for this, but it's like coincidental things. I don't associate it with, my life. They're just coincidences, I say. Mm-hmm. She married a Fisher. I dated an attorney, Mr. Fisher, R.F. Fisher.
Right.
She played Cleopatra. This is really weird. I just met this guy that was into all Egyptian artwork. He wore all the real scarabs and airbrush painting of Egyptian women.
Right.
And then it was weird because I was dating a construction worker. His name was Larry, and I said, "Oh, there's no way in hell she's going to date a construction worker." Sure enough, she meets a construction worker, and his name is Larry. It was so weird.
Wow. Well, then maybe you're onto something. Maybe I spoke too soon.
Have there been any Burtons in your life?
No, there has not been a burden in her life. I've checked that out.
There's been Richards, but no Burton.
Yeah, Jim, you're on the air.
Holy moly, Howard! Put her back on a spaceship.
Put her back on a spaceship?
Yeah. I actually have a question for her. Can I ask?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Do you have pieces of people in your refrigerator?
Do you have any people in your refrigerator?
I think she's Jeffrey Dahmer's brother.
Yeah. All right.
Quite possibly.
Well, that's not nice.
She doesn't appreciate that.
Right. Hey, we got to be in the room here, all right? Take it easy, buddy. You're on the phone.
That hurt her.
Thank you very much.
Keep the scissors away from her.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Don't listen to him. He's not an
Don't listen to him. He's not an expert. Doctors Salem and Chiusano are.
They think you're fine.
Susan, listen. No resolve will come from this. My recommendation, again, is to get in touch with your parents.
A simple DNA test with your parents would straighten us all out.
Yeah, why don't you have a DNA test with your
If
parents?
I even bring it up with them, they just sign me in.
Sneak
I
their
can't
blood
even
out of
find
them.
out. But I will find out. I'll go to an investigator because for my own self, even if it's not.
Maybe the investigator will. Maybe would it help your situation if you had the DNA test with your parents? Would you then believe?
I would really then be satisfied.
You would be.
It's just like a question. I just want answered, and
Okay.
I'll be satisfied.
Fair enough. I suggest you contact your parents and say you want to have a DNA test, and that will be the end of it.
Simple.
That's all. Tell them that will solve all your problems.
Just make sure the blood is taken voluntarily.
Right. Yeah, don't take the blood from them. All right?
I'm not a vampire.
No, I understand that. Okay. Ask them in writing.
Okay.
All right. I want to thank Susan for stopping by. Dr. Salem and Chiusano, thank you for stopping in. You two are very brilliant. They should lock you two up.
How many people have you helped?
They've helped nobody but themselves to their patients' money. All right. And then, Susan, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Scott, escort Susan. Give Susan her jacket. And, Susan, send me the tape, will you? Susan?
Sure. And I'll take the Gary back. I think I have I'll mail it to him, or...
Yeah, please mail or give it to him. It's either or.
Very good.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right. Bye, Susan. That is Susan, who believes she is Elizabeth Taylor's daughter. All right.
Come on in.
Come on in, our gay contestants 1, 2, and 3. I know the voting is all in, but...
We never had any discussion about this in the break.
No, we didn't. In case you're just tuning in, we're playing To Tell the Poof. We formerly called Name That Fade. Personally, I think it's John who's gay. It's so hard. It's unbelievable. All three men. I mean, we're in here just like pondering.
Yeah.
But let me just ask you guys a question.
The rules.
No, I know the rule. The game's over.
Are that the voting is in.
Number one, what's your favorite gay magazine?
My favorite gay magazine.
No answer?
Just name
The
anyone.
Advocate.
The Advocate? Okay. Number 2?
I don't read.
Number 3?
I like to look at Playgirl.
I don't usually pick up magazines either.
Good. I'm feeling confident in my answer.
I feel confident too.
Okay. By the way, the answer is Blue Boy. But
that's your favorite game.
That's my favorite game. But The Advocate was a good answer. Good. Okay, well, I'm feeling more confident. Number 2 was really bothering me because he has that gay tattoo.
Yeah.
But and number 3 is just so gay.
Well, I figured, first of all, number 3 walked in here, and I said, no gay guy would walk in here and pretend to be gay.
Mm-hmm.
No black guy would walk in here and pretend to be gay. He's got to be gay.
Hmm.
But then as the questioning went on,
I see. Yeah, you never know. I'm not convinced that all of them are gay.
Yeah.
I think they might all be leaning in that direction.
Yeah, really.
All right, but anyway.
Can we vote for all 3?
All right. I'm wondering how people at home are playing. I wonder, like, what Tom Chiusano, I wonder who he thinks is gay.
I just saw him in the hall.
Because they didn't see them.
Frightened.
He looked frightened?
Oh, he wouldn't even he went to open the door. He saw us. He was like...
He's homophobic.
Homophobic. Totally.
That's right.
Jerk.
Sure. Even you guys think he's a jerk. Hey, well, get Tom in here. I want to ask him what he thinks is gay. 1, 2, or 3. Tom, who do you think is the gay person just listening over the radio?
Tom looks a little gay.
Tom looks gay. Tom is so gay.
Is that a hunk or what, boys?
You don't have to be gay to appreciate Tom.
And I didn't come in the door because Ganji was there shooting them, and I didn't want to get in the shot.
Right.
Who do you think it is?
Who do you think it is?
Excuse me, my press.
Who do you think it is? 1, 2, or 3?
I think it's number 2.
You do?
Yes.
Why? Just based on their answers over the radio?
Just listening to the answers and...
Right.
Yeah, because without a visual, I bet you get a totally different vibe.
I'm just curious. Okay, thank you, Tom. That means it's definitely not 2. Tom's the worst at these games. All right, thank you, Tom.
Stupid monogram on his shirt.
Chiusano.
Thank you, Tom. Go ahead. Let me play the game. All right. I think Tom might have dabbled in college.
The gays are bashing Tom.
Yeah. It's Tom bashing going on. All right. I got so much to get to. I wonder if I should do this here. Yeah, maybe I should do this here.
What's that?
Well, you know, the radio station here in New York switched formats.
Yeah.
And they're looking for new disc jockeys, and they've been unable to find one disc jockey so far.
Not among people working today.
So they solicited from the audience air checks. Now, for those of you who are not in radio, an air check is a guy's radio show, and you do a radio show in your living room or something, and then just cut up the tape and send it into the program director.
Right, but if you're not on the air, how can you do an air check?
Hey, where is Andre? Hey, Andre, how many tapes have you gotten? I know they're dead serious about it. Supposedly, this guy, Kevin Weatherly, told me, that's the program guy from Los Angeles, he said that he has listened to a couple of hundred tapes from professional disc jockeys and hasn't found one that's good. And that he's going to search...
What are they looking for?
Andre, do you have any idea what Kevin's looking for, or are you just like... Yesing him to death.
Oh, no, certainly yesing.
Yeah, right. I mean,
no, we're looking for somebody who's obviously entertaining, creative, funny.
Hey!
We'll disc jockey. Like you.
Right. You know what? So have you listened to these tapes?
I have.
Have we? No one's even given me any.
In fact, Andre's been moved out of his office by all the tapes.
Yeah.
Have you seen lately?
Yeah, you barely have tapes.
We must have 700 tapes, 800 tapes.
I'd like to submit a tape of two young, exciting disc jockeys who are on the up and come. You know, they're getting their act together.
Right. Are they on the air now?
No, they're undiscovered.
Okay.
And they.
How did you find them?
I met them. And they were pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought they were pretty good.
You're not going to tell him who they are until after he hears them?
I don't know. What, do you think I should tell him who they are?
No, I think you should play him.
All right.
And then see what he thinks, and then tell him who.
Because Andre's like a professional.
Sure.
And I said, like a professional.
Like.
So I found these two disc jockeys, and they put together an air check, and all I did was I gave them a bunch of records and told them to go do a show. And they, what else did they ask me for? They asked me for some sound effects and stuff that they wanted to put into their show.
Did you say these guys were on the air somewhere?
No.
No?
They're not on the air.
Okay.
They're total unknowns.
I just figured they could do a radio show with a little help. So he gave them the records and sound effects, you say?
Yeah. I gave them records and sound effects, and they asked me one question or so. But pretty much they went and did their own thing.
This is what they came up with after talking.
Yeah, and then I cut up their tape for them.
You put the tape together?
No, I just cut it. Like, they did the records, they played the commercials and everything, but I just cut the tape up so you don't have, all you're going to hear is, you know...
intros and
outros, because isn't that the way the air check is done?
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't want to sit and listen to all the music.
So they, sat down and did a radio show. In total, and you cut it up and sort of scoped it for them.
Because I believe in these two. And I really think they're good. They have a real different sound. It's never been heard. There's never been a sound like this on radio.
All right, let's hear it.
Got your interest?
I'm ready.
All right, here they go. I'll play you one of their raps. This is them coming out of a song, I think, or going into a song. I don't remember which. All right, here we go.
The new 92.3. Hey, anyone see the top of that guy Bono's head lately? I mean, he's always wearing that hat. He must be bald or something. Yeah, he's bald. How about that dude from R.E.M.? He's really bald. All these bald guys are making me ill. I got a good idea. Let's play a whole different record. Yeah, good idea. Let's play some music by a good-looking guy. Here's Bush. The lead singer is really cute on the new 92.3.
Hit the post.
Yeah, look at that.
Want to hear more?
Yeah, one more break.
One more break? What do you think? Not bad.
Sure.
Interesting. Saturday night.
One of the better tapes that I've heard.
So far, pretty good.
Oh, my God.
I'm interested. I mean, they're funny.
Saturday night, little 4-hour shift.
You don't think every day I can listen to this every afternoon?
Hey, no, nobody's getting greedy. I need the kids in school.
Wait a minute.
All right. I mean, I'm sure their parents need them in school. But they need big money. All right, ready? Another break? Okay. Did a little Bush rap. Let's just groove with them. Get into their sound.
The Ramones. I heard the Ramones are retiring. Who cares? Joey Ramone was much better when he was, drunk all the time. The new 92.3.
They hit the post.
The new 92.3.
Joan Osborne with that nose ring. What is that?
How did she blow her nose?
She could, hang a shower curtain from that nose ring. That nose ring is really ugly.
Joan Osborne with that ugly nose ring.
The new 92.3 New York's K-Rock.
Kevin.
Yeah?
We've got a wonderful... The new 92.3. You won't hear any of those, new Beatles songs.
Yeah, and, those Beatles songs sound like Yoko dug them up in that basement.
My dad has one of those Beatles anthology thingy albums, and it makes an excellent doorstop. That's what we use it for.
5 in a row coming up on the new 92.3.
An A to Z.
They're hitting all their posts.
Great.
Yeah, they're good.
That's better than any cassette I've listened to in 3 weeks.
Give them a shot.
I'd love to.
What are you doing?
I should play him for Kevin Weatherly.
You've now played that on the air. That means every other radio station in town has heard it.
Yeah, they'll probably hire him.
That's right. You're going to get hired right out from under your
And then we'll give him some jingles, like Howard Stern's Kids.
Yeah.
Howard Stern's Kids.
What a nightmare. It continues.
The nightmare continues. But they were clean, It
was okay. It was tame.
It was funny.
It was very...
They're good. They're quick. They get in and out of songs.
That's right.
They play the music.
And they don't rap a long time. They say something funny, get in, get out.
They're not like their old man that takes 20 minutes.
They don't have to go 20 minutes to find a joke.
Yeah, these kids are a lot more talented than I ever was.
That was great.
Yeah, and I just basically said to them, here's records, here's tapes, you go. And they requested, the Joan Osborne record and stuff like that.
Yeah, they pretty much knew where they wanted to go.
Yeah. They knew their thing. And they did
You know what? Maybe you're right with a Saturday show where they pick their own songs and give their own slant on, what's going on in the world today.
Yeah. It's almost like Beavis and Butthead sped up.
It's female Beavis and Butthead. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you a little... They also get in and out of breaks quick. Sometimes they don't do they don't have to do something funny every time. Here, check it out. I think this is...
The new 92.3. Metallica. Metallica.
On the new 92.3.
Now they're rocking. They let the rock play.
Seal on the new 92.3. Even though Seal has junk on his face, he's still a pretty good looking guy.
If you ask me, they should seal up his face.
He must have been bobbing for French fries at McDonald's or something.
They don't have McDonald's in England.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Sure they do.
No, they don't.
It's a little argument thing,
teams have problems sometimes.
Yeah, teams are working it out.
Hey, Deborah.
Yeah?
What's the difference between Mick Jagger and John Tesh?
I don't know. What?
There is none. Are you kidding? That was such a good one.
The new 92.3.
This is not cool.
What?
Our mom is calling us.
Listen, guys, our mom is calling us. We have to go.
There's tons and tons of homework.
But remember,
peace,
love, and Barbies.
Yeah, they're rocking. That's their sign-off, they told me. Peace, love, and Barbies.
That's cool.
Yeah, well, little air check. The kids are working on it.
That's great.
Yeah, their homework. I told them, and I said, forget homework. Work on air checks. They're looking for jocks.
You've learned that education does not do anything for you.
They've learned enough.
Pass reading, that's all you need.
Yeah, they're good. I thought the Mick Jagger joke was good. I think they heard that one in school.
But, they're in touch. They're out there on the streets. They know what young people are thinking.
It's what you're looking for.
You're not kidding. Man, oh, man. I thought it sounded great.
Yeah.
Well,
think about it.
Where are you? What are you doing?
I don't think Andre gets to make this decision. I think it's Weatherly.
But don't you think you ought to be on the phone calling somebody? You found someone.
Hey, you don't act fast. I'm getting on the phone to Z100.
Oh,
look, somebody's going to snap them up. Did you hear that?
That's it.
Tape?
I gave you first look.
Listen to that.
It's going to be a bidding war on these kids.
Peace, love, and Barbies? Come on.
Yeah, peace, love, and Barbies. I'll see it as an evening program myself.
Saturday?
Yeah, keep the music rocking and, let it really rip.
I think it would be hot.
Yep. Just thought I'd pass the tape to you first.
Grabber.
It's the new cutting edge.
It sure is. Thank you, Howard.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it. Kids asked me to play it for you, and I said I would.
I can't believe, because you've always been against them working and being in show business.
I can't hold them back any longer. Kids need, I think by the time
You've been keeping them so quiet and out of the limelight.
I think by the time you're 9 years old, you should be allowed to get into the workplace, into show business. You realize these kids are better at this than George Hamilton is already at his job.
They've already done more than George Hamilton.
I should call the kids and tell them you like it.
Definitely.
Really?
Hey, Gary.
We all like it.
Gary, get my, yeah, but he's the one who can hire him. You can't.
But I'm just saying, I'm in the business.
You want to tell him
I'm
to?
very impressed.
Hey, Gary, get my kids on the phone. Prontissimo.
They're so natural.
Yeah.
It didn't sound like they thought they were doing a show. It sounded like they were just talking to each other.
Yeah, they weren't real nervous.
Yeah. I thought it showed real professionalism.
Well, I used to yell at them for the last 3 years about how they sounded always stilted when they were on the mic, and it's really paid off.
They've learned.
I'm like Andre Agassi's dad. I've been training them.
Beating them.
They're beating them. Yeah. Jesus, we can't get through to the kids. The line's busy. They're fielding offers.
Other radio stations are on the phone.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Can't believe it. They might be asleep.
God, what kind of disc jockeys are they?
That's what most disc jockeys do, sleep all day. Then they tan, and then they go to work.
Success might come to them too soon and ruin them.
Right. I'm going to wake up the house. I maybe shouldn't have done that.
What time is it?
7:30. Don't they have to go to school?
Yeah, what time do they get up for school?
I think they're thinking of dropping out and just become a full-time disc jockeys. Yeah.
This is like pump up the volume.
Yeah. They're thinking of leaving that whole school thing. Andre, I'll introduce you as the program director. Oh, the kid's on?
Just think of the publicity.
Hello?
Hi.
Em? Deb?
Hey, this that new radio team?
Is this the new hot radio team?
Aren't we so good?
Yeah, I was really impressed.
They're pretty cocky, just like their old man.
I know.
Aren't we
Did
good?
you hear it on the radio?
No.
Oh, we just played it.
Well, I just played your air check for Andre. You want to talk to the program director?
Sure.
All right. First, let him tell you what he thought of the tape, and maybe he'll
give him a critique on it.
He might have some criticisms, but take criticisms well, and then maybe talk money with him, or if you want your dad to talk money with him, he's thinking about it.
Or do you have an agent?
Agent down in Buffalo.
No, I represent these
agent?
kids. Oh, yeah, I'm their agent. All right, go ahead. This is Mr. Gardner.
Mr. Gardner.
No, it's Andre. Emily, Deb, how are you?
Good.
Good. You guys sounded really good. I thought you sounded really natural, and I thought your jokes were funny, and I thought you related to the music really well.
And they did it all on their own. And Andre, tell the kids that how it was the best tape you heard in 3 weeks.
Yeah, this is the God's honest truth, you guys. I've listened to probably 700 tapes in the last 3 weeks because we've been soliciting on the air for talent. You guys are by far the best.
Wow.
Without a doubt. Absolutely the best.
What was that, Emily?
What? Excuse me?
Look at the job.
Well, Andre...
He has to go talk to some other people, apparently.
No, it's just not Andre's decision alone. He's in on the decision, but he's going to,
He's going to take your tape to some other people.
And, hey, listen, if he doesn't act quick, I'll just bring it to another station. There's no reason you guys have to have allegiance.
I think you guys are going to work.
I'd like you to work within the Infinity chain, but, I'm loyal to Infinity, but...
You don't think that they need to go out of town and start somewhere smaller, Andre? They sound like they're ready for New York.
Why not?
They don't want to go to little towns. They want to start right in New York radio.
They're ready for New York.
They want to spit in the face of almost everyone who's been in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
The kids, I don't see syndication rollout for you right away. I think you got to,
You're going to keep them local?
Yeah, I'm going to keep you local for a while.
But I don't know, Howard. This is going to generate so much publicity, you may not be able to keep it local.
I don't know. By the way, Andre, you can't date my kids. They're much too young.
I'm a married man.
Right. Kids, no dating.
Where did they make this tape, by the way? Did they make it here?
They made it at home with my turntables and my...
Turntables?
Yeah, I have turntables. I had one of them had to be on record because we had the record, and then we used the CD player.
Yeah.
And I have a cart machine in my house.
Were you engineering at all?
No. That's their thing. They know how to run a board.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They've known how to run a board since they were 6.
Oh. I had no idea you guys were so advanced.
Yeah, but I cut up the tape with Scott. I cut it. I just chopped it up.
I don't know what that means.
In other words...
You took out the music?
I took out the music and chopped out the commercials and stuff.
All right.
Another thing about Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, they did a rap about Alanis Morissette that I just,
You didn't like that?
No, it was good. It's just like, I know that air checks are supposed to be short.
Yeah.
Andre doesn't want to sit there and listen to an entire program.
Okay.
That was the good part, though.
Oh, you really like that. See, they're already saying you don't understand what's good.
They did this rap on Alanis Morissette, how they were going to do a makeover on her, that she's, she needs a hairstyle and all that stuff. Right, kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were saying she was cool, but
You know, you got to do a whole
You
makeover.
need some work, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you guys sounded really cool. I'd like Kevin Weatherly to hear this tape.
Would you? You going to pass it on to him?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
So what kind, are you guys looking for like a full-time job? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, Dad
What
says...
happened to school?
Excuse me.
What is that, school?
You guys have to stay in school at least till the 8th grade. Before you can go out and full-time DJ. By the way, my daughter Deborah, the 9-year-old, she can rebuild a transmitter, too, if you need help.
Right?
Yeah, I taught her how to do that.
Her first phone?
Yeah. You can fire Richie.
She can be the station engineer.
She likes doing maintenance work on transmitters, too.
Is that right, Deb?
Yeah. She could do the shift and then get off and do the...
do the maintenance.
Yeah, do the maintenance thing. Good job, kids.
Thanks.
You guys going to go to school, or are you just going to skip that and, like, maybe hang out at the radio station?
Like, do you
Yeah,
do...
we'll be there in a few minutes.
Do you do the announcements at school and stuff, or do you...
You guys have manned the microphone at school, haven't you?
No.
Well, I thought you did the announcements one day.
Oh, I did.
Oh, you did?
Deborah, you did, right? What did you do?
What's the Pledge of Allegiance?
You guys led the Pledge of Allegiance?
Everyone leads the Pledge of Allegiance. But he types in this stuff, and then we just say it.
Oh, they type in this stuff and you say it? Wow. She also can do, she can read, what do you call it?
Script.
Liners and stuff. All right, kids.
Okay.
Guys,
looks like you're going to be working soon. How much do you want?
Hey, these kids got to get, what's a minimum last shift get?
About $200 a shift, I think.
So that's $200 apiece?
That's right.
Wow.
You guys could deal with $200 apiece.
Negotiate with Tom.
And you know what? I figure you could get scale and a half. I think you're good for $350.
Wow.
Definitely.
So you pull down, you pull your money. You're pulling in $700 a week, working 4 hours a day.
No, they better keep their money separate.
$700 a week for 1 day a week.
Cool.
Yeah, that's good. Listen, I'm saying it's a starting salary.
But you put it away for college.
Right.
I have student government.
You have student government now?
Yeah, she's the vice president.
You're running the government?
I'm the corresponding secretary.
Oh, you're corresponding. Yeah, she's probably going to do that gig for a while.
Yeah. All right, you guys, your budding disc jockeys have to go off to school now.
And then why don't you thank Mr. Gardner for his
Thanks, Mr. Gardner.
No problem. Thank you for the tape. I thought it sounded really good.
And they're easy to manage. They're not like, the cope who has all these ego, situations and all this baggage they carry.
Yeah.
They're thrilled to be, they're calling you Mr. Gardner. They're going to be nice to you. They're the perfect DJs. No attitude adjustment. So what are you guys going to do? You going to go to school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to tell everybody that, you're going to be radio stars now?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't brag too much. Don't brag too much to those other little twerps.
Those other unemployed twerps.
Yeah.
Oh.
You could buy and sell them. All right, kids, go knock them dead.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
The Stern children. Got to start your kids early on career path. They're totally jazzed about radio.
What do you want to do? Sit around being worried about what they're going to do?
Yeah. And they're not all burnt out. They're full of energy. You think?
They've got that enthusiasm.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for, man.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if you're pulling my leg, but I think they're good.
I thought it sounded really cool.
Yeah, a little novelty show.
Yeah, right.
Okay. As they mature, they can work their way into midday and afternoon slots.
I'm sure.
Right. By the time they're 18, they'll be kick-ass.
They might get up. They might push us off the radio.
Right. That'd be fine. And then I'll get Baba Booey's kid to be their producer. They can yell at him.
God.
Jackson.
This whole thing continues.
Hey, man, aren't you out of diapers yet, you moron? When are you going to get toilet trained?
Where were you? On the potty?
Yeah. Look at your teeth. And I see a whole, second, like Star Trek Next Generation kind of thing. And since Fred has no kids, Fred can work for them.
Fred and Jackie have to stay because they have no offspring.
Right. All right. Just wanted to be the first.
Howard.
Okay, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll take a break and we'll be back. I'll take some phone calls after this.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show.
A guy had sex with Robin. He invaded 3 different places.
Oh, yeah.
3 different places. Guess
My
which one?
apartment.
No, you.
My car.
Should I play those 2 disc jockeys I discovered?
Yeah. I want to hear that again. Did you get Kevin on the phone?
Well, we tracked down what hotel he's in, but I don't know. Last time I called, I got his voicemail or something.
Oh.
It's kind of funny calling Puerto Rico anyway.
Is he in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, well, they just have that big managers meeting.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hey, Tom was gone for 2 days.
Yeah, but he's back.
Yeah, he just got back. You didn't even know he was gone.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Kevin's still in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, he brought his wife down there. He's spending a couple extra days.
No.
Who wants to go to Puerto Rico with their wives?
Average guys do.
I guess so. I heard his wife's really good looking. He waited until he got kind of famous and
got a good one.
Yeah, because he's a real short little midget. No way he could get a hot chick unless he had a happening programming job.
Don't you feel kind of weird saying that all good-looking women are for sale?
Yeah, but it's true. You can't get good-looking broads looking like Kevin Weatherly unless you... No, he's not that cute. You've seen him, right? He's not a bad-looking guy, but he's tiny. What's he, about 5'2"?
He's a little bit taller than me, I think.
Right.
Maybe about 5'7".
Oh, he is? I thought he was a lot shorter than that.
5'7's not tall.
He barely came up to your nipple.
Oh.
What? You never heard that before? Oh. Yeah, let me see if I can get him on the phone.
I'd really like to hear what he has to say about this tape. He's been looking for something exciting.
Yeah, the station is, we have the station in New York, for those of you listening around the country, station in New York switched format like 2 months ago, and they can't find any DJs. For real, they
Still
can't.
don't have any DJs.
Hold on a second, let me just get through here.
So they put out a call to...
Kevin Weatherly's room, please.
My pleasure.
Thanks. I wanted to block out the name of the hotel.
Yeah. They put out a call for people, just average people, to start sending in tapes.
Yeah. I think he's got the voicemail thing on.
Oh, come on, Kevin.
Having a little honeymoon. I'd ask Chiusano his opinion, but he isn't the guy.
Your call is being answered by the hotel's voicemail system. The person you called is unavailable. Please leave a message at the tone or press 0 for a hotel attendant.
I'll leave a
Hang
message.
up when finished, or you may transfer to a
play
hotel
this over
operator
there.
at any time by pressing
I don't think it lasts that long. Hi, Kevin. It's Harvey Leeds from CBS Records, or wherever I'm from, Sony Records, and I just wanted to bother you on vacation. I've listened to some new groups, and I want you to add them to all of your stations, and I'll give you a lot of coke if you do it, and some cash. And I'll make it worth your while. No. It's not Harvey, it's Howard. Kevin? You there?
He can't hear this.
All right.
It's not like an answering machine in his room.
It's not?
No.
I'm not very technical. Hey, Tom, come in here. I'll have to settle on you.
Maybe Tom will just snap him up right away. He's a decision maker.
Infinity Broadcasting, who we work for, their stock, by the way, is up to 43. Did you check that? 44.
No. Oh, don't even tell me this. I don't own any of it.
I announced that I signed a new 5-year contract. They went up a full point yesterday.
Wow.
Yep. You notice since I announced my new contract, it's gone up almost actually 2 points.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about that, by the way.
About what?
That it went up.
Oh, so you're happy that I signed. Were you at the managers meeting?
Yes.
Did you learn anything? What did you guys talk about?
Who was there this year?
Yeah, who was there?
The primary speaker?
Yeah, who was the speaker? G. Gordon Liddy?
No. Two outside speakers.
Who? Jim Jones.
Who?
Al Reese.
Al Reese.
Who's Al Reese?
Reese and Trout. They wrote a book on marketing warfare.
Wow.
And
sounds important. Did they know anything?
He was okay.
Yeah.
And then who was the other one?
And the guy named Sean Jones, I think was the last name, a psychologist who's great.
Yeah.
Really good. He was excellent.
What did he talk about?
That Tom's mental. Psychologist. Everyone in the company's mental, the guy found out.
Right. That's right. You're all great.
Yeah, right.
He did say that we were an unusual group.
How'd you guys look in hula dresses this year? Every year they dress up and have a little costume.
And don't they have like a skit they do or something?
Well, it's supposed to be like a male bonding thing, because most of the management's male. And
no, a lot of women.
Were there?
Absolutely.
Who's the woman?
A bunch of them. A bunch of women and general manager in Detroit.
What women were there?
Managers.
General manager in Detroit's a woman?
Yeah.
She hot?
She's a nice lady.
Is she nice? No, that means she's not hot. Anyone who's a nice lady isn't hot.
You know Marianne?
Yeah.
She goes every year.
Marianne goes?
Yeah.
What is she?
Number one billing salesperson in the company.
I thought that was Bucky.
No.
Bucky had the biggest month last month.
Bucky's a sales manager.
Oh. I heard Bucky had a big month last month.
I'm sure if he did, he'd let everybody know about it.
Told me he had a big month. He was like, big month. Yeah. I was in the can next to Bucky. Like,
and hearing him grunt, big month?
Big month. Yeah. You know, the whole radio business is up, but I had a big month. Right. Screw everyone else.
Bucky.
That's what he told me. He told me he was the number one biller.
That's our boy.
That's it.
So you want me to listen to this tape? Be happy to give you my opinion.
Did you hear it yet at all?
I haven't heard it.
All right. I was looking for DJs, and I found two really good DJs.
You know how you've been soliciting those tapes?
Absolutely.
We found a couple.
Now, are these part of the Howard Stern Network, or these are...
No, this would be... you're looking for regular DJs.
Yes.
The Howard Stern
These
Network
people
is something
are
else.
just applying for a job here at K-Rock. They like the new format.
All right.
And they want to be a part of it.
Take a listen. Tell me what you think of them, okay?
Listen, he's already laughing. This is serious.
What are you laughing about? Did you learn anything at that meeting from the psychologist?
I learned to laugh.
Supposed to take people seriously.
He told me, he said
you need to laugh more?
Maintaining a good sense of humor is a very good key.
All right. This must be some management meeting.
I got to hear one of these speeches they get.
All right, you ready? Tell me what you think of these two DJs.
I'm ready.
These are two hot DJs, and just so you know, they're not really DJs. This would be their first job. You were looking for people, ordinary people.
Not DJs.
With a difference.
All they had was like CD players and a turntable and one cart machine.
And their own wit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did help them in one respect. All I did was edit the tape. I edited out all the music and all the commercials.
The new 92.3.
Check it out.
Hey, anyone seen the top of that guy Bono's head lately? I mean, he's always wearing that hat. He must be like bald or something. Yeah, he's bald. How about that dude from R.E.M.? He's really bald. Ugh, all these bald guys are making me ill.
Sit down.
I got a good idea. Let's play like a whole different record. Yeah, good idea. Let's play some music by a good-looking guy. Here's Bush. The lead singer is really cute on the new 92.3.
Nailed it. The kids nailed it.
The Ramones. You know, I heard the Ramones are retiring. Who cares? Joey Ramone was much better when he was like drunk all the time. The new 92.3.
Impressed?
Cool.
Want to hear more?
Sure.
Tom said cool.
Isn't this good? Isn't this good?
They're not bad, right?
This is great. It's very funny.
Want to hear more?
Sure.
I'm being serious. Why can't they do a Saturday night little game?
You know what?
Listen.
Hired.
Just listen.
Good?
Just listen. Don't hire him yet.
Okay.
Childish.
The new 92.3. If Joan Osborne with that nose ring, what is that? How does she blow her nose? She could like hang a shower curtain from that nose ring. That nose ring is really ugly. Joan Osborne with that ugly nose ring.
The new 92.3 New York's K-Rock.
Kevin.
Commercial.
We've got a wonderful...
The new 92.3. You won't hear any of those like new Beatles songs. Yeah, and you know, those Beatles songs sound like Yoko dug them up in that basement. You know, my dad has one of those Beatles anthology thingy albums, and it makes an excellent doorstop. That's what we use it for. 5 in a row coming up on the new 92.3.
It's an A to Z weekend.
They're nailing it. I'm telling you.
It's great. It really is good.
Now, you want to talk? Because I played it for Andre, and Andre was like, "This is like the best tape I've heard out of all of them."
He's heard 700 tapes, and this is the best tape he's gotten.
And then I said to
his office is awash in tape.
I know there's no room for Andre, and so I said, dude, I'll give you a couple of days to get back to me, but if you don't, Z100's already calling. So if you want, if you want to get in on it,
you got it. These kids are hot.
These kids are hot. And don't jewel them down, Tom. I mean, they're not working for scale. Give them, what's
300.
What's an air shift? 250?
250, I think you said. 200?
200.
Yeah,
for a team. You know what you do? You make them a package deal. 700, one shot every Saturday night. That's fine. I don't want them getting too cocky. These kids.
Do I deal with you or Don?
No, me. Don doesn't represent these two.
You're taking care of
I'm taking care of this. I mean, $200 in 1996 doesn't buy lunch. These kids have expenses.
Is there more?
You want to hear a little more?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. Give you a little more?
Absolutely.
You're
There's
not
more
convinced yet?
Okay,
No,
that's okay.
No,
he's right.
I am convinced.
The kids keep kicking ass.
I am convinced.
And they work clean. Good. You don't have to sit there and worry about them. You know what I mean?
Go home Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, they're a little irreverent, but they're not too overboard.
Look at attitude.
The new 92.3 Metallica. Metallica.
Cool, they're right in.
92.3.
Boom. You know, they're not always trying to be funny.
Seal on the new 92.3.
Little Seal.
You know, even though Seal has like all that junk on his face, he's still like a pretty good looking guy. If you ask me, they should seal up his face. Yeah. He must feel like bobbing for French fries at McDonald's or something. They don't have McDonald's in England. Yeah, they do. No, they don't. Sure they do. No, they don't.
They do have McDonald's in England. That's what I told the kids. They were all screaming and
But
everything.
you see it, you want to get in the argument.
Right. That's right. They drew you in. Tom is very feeble.
Exactly.
All right.
He goes for it.
When I have my facts, I go for it.
Check out the tape.
Hey, Deborah. Yeah? What's the difference between Mick Jagger and John Tesh? I don't know. What? There is none. Stop. Are you kidding? That was such a good one. The new 92.3. This is not cool. What? Our mom is calling us.
Hey?
Listen, guys, our mom is calling us. We have to go. There's tons and tons of homework. But remember, these love and Barbies.
They're rocking.
I like that.
And they're in and out quick. They don't do a lot of rapping. They play the music. They keep it going. Kids know. I've taught them.
Yeah, very good. Very professional.
Up and comers.
Have you thought about a day part?
Yeah, I see a night show. Maybe a Saturday night.
Saturday night? Okay.
You know, maybe when you skew a little young.
We might not. We would definitely have to negotiate money. 7 is too much.
Is it really?
Yeah.
For a team?
Sure.
With jokes and everything that they have?
Right.
You're high.
Yeah, you think of some very expensive writers these days.
How about after school from like 3 to 4? Maybe I can work them into a 3 o'clock shift. Their mom could drive them down. I could do a Sunday trick if you want, you know.
Yeah, I'm offering an opportunity, so I shouldn't have to overpay to give them opportunity.
It's up to you. Go think about it.
Yeah, he goes negotiating.
I'm telling you, if you don't think that Howard Stern's kids, you don't think that's going to get grabbed
absolutely.
up? Okay. There's their tape.
Don't let it dangle too long.
Yeah. Do you really like it?
Yeah, no, I think it's very.
You know what? You think it's good, but cool. you don't know.
Say cool,
you think it's very good, but you
edited
can't.
Myself.
If he had any balls, he'd put them on.
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
This Saturday night.
You want to tell the kids? You want to make them a formal offer?
Sure.
Gary, get the kids on the phone. Because the kids came down to me. You know, I was on the phone with them and everything, and they came downstairs to me today and they go, "Can we quit school and just DJ full time?"
Is that right?
Yeah. I said, you know what? I'm not totally against that.
Let's see how much we can get.
Yeah. Let's just see. Let's see how long a contract we can get. Now they're all.
But do you want to get them? I mean, what if we can't make a deal?
Then they'll go to another station. I mean, they're not loyal.
Tom, you don't want to lose them. Don't be silly.
These kids are on a roll.
That would be a big mistake.
Everyone has said it's the best tape they got in, but everyone's treating it like a joke.
I know. If this is...
I'm dead serious.
Really? You would put them on?
Absolutely. For this Saturday night, if they want to come down, they're on.
Just one, like a tryout gig?
Sure.
Ah.
Oh.
I know.
Why do they have to audition? They just audition.
There's child labor laws here, you know?
Yeah, so what? Hollywood has child labor laws. Hey, kids.
Hi.
I was only able to get half the team.
Who's here?
Deborah.
Hey, Deborah. Where's Emily?
At school.
Oh, she already left?
Already gone.
Oh. She's
in student government or something.
She's in student government?
No, not today.
Oh.
Well, on the phone.
What's the story?
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Deborah's negotiating. Hey, Deb.
Hi.
First of all, Deborah, this is Mr. Chiusano.
Hi.
You can call me Tom.
Okay.
Hi.
Deborah, Tom liked the tape.
Did?
Yeah, he's the general manager.
It wasn't a word? Cool.
He says you can have this Saturday night and do a show.
Well, they need another time. Emily's booked.
Oh, well, I don't know that I want him doing a one-shot deal.
Oh.
What do you think, Deborah?
How much cash are you looking at? How much do you need?
What?
What are your expenses?
She's not good early morning. You got to get cranked up.
Good thing this is a evening.
She's good after school.
Right.
She's like one of those temperamental artists that doesn't talk a lot in
You
meetings.
can't talk to her in the morning.
Yeah, right.
Right. What time did you do the tape? What time of the day?
After school.
No, Allison, you're not being interviewed here. We're trying to... Yeah, Allison wants to talk. Allison, hang up the phone.
Well, I just wanted to say that Saturday night wasn't...
All right, honey.
All right, bye.
It's kind of hard to negotiate with your mom on the
Yeah,
phone.
we got a stage mom.
Right. Deborah, you hear what I said? He wants to put you on the air.
Nah, that's more like it.
Yeah. But don't act too excited.
Yeah, because we're still trying to get some money out of it.
Yeah. How much money you need?
$1,000.
1,000?
Oh, good job, Deb.
500 each, right? You know, Howard Stern's kids is a novelty factor.
You already said 7.
Well, hey, I'm only an agent.
He didn't talk to his client before he started with you.
That'd be pretty good cash, 1,000 a week for a 4-hour stupid air shift.
Well,
Deborah?
When are you? When are you available? Assuming we can negotiate a deal. When are you available?
Honey, you know when you're available?
On the weekends.
Anytime on the weekend?
Yeah.
Except for this Saturday.
You could do like an afternoon trick or something, right?
What time?
Like an afternoon show.
Yeah.
How about Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.?
Not bad.
You could do that?
They might be free in another week.
Okay.
Want to do it?
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, you have to talk to your partner.
Okay.
Seriously, how much do they get for something like that? Just the scale? I'm not putting them on for scale.
Well, I'll pay a little over scale for them.
Like what?
I mean, $250 a piece.
What scale, 2?
Yeah.
Let's call 300 a piece. I mean, come on. What is this?
260.
260. You're gonna, you know. Excuse me. You're gonna chew down 2 little kids.
I called christening down.
Christening down. By the way, Maria Melito just jumped in front of a bus. She's working it too.
What do you think of 260, Deb?
How about 260 a piece? All right, sold. All right, you got a deal.
Cool.
260 a piece.
Ooh,
wow.
Emily finds out.
And don't spend all that. Your old man needs money.
Now you know what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to figure out what you're going to play on your show. How long is the show?
No, we'll take care of that.
Oh, you're going to take care of that.
You'll pick the tunes.
Right.
Give the kids some advance notice so they can work up some material.
Right, so they can work up the material.
Sure. Okay.
All right, good.
And how long is the show?
4 hours.
You got a 4-hour show.
Well, how many breaks do they have to do an hour? 3?
3 or 4 max.
Oh, okay. Give me the whole playlist, and I want to make sure the kids have their material set.
Well, this will be like more homework.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got to do show prep.
But this work you get paid for.
Right.
Now, can they put the show on tape, or do they have to do it live?
Live.
Live. They want a live show.
Okay.
We definitely want a live show.
Are they going to take phone calls?
We might.
You guys want to take phone calls?
Yeah.
Oh.
We might.
Yeah, but I think they're looking for a jock who can play the tunes. I don't know that they should go wild their first day shift.
It's an option, you know. There's another tool.
I don't want to overload them. You know, I'm their manager. I've been training them.
You're being too protective.
Hey, Deborah, aren't I a good manager? Like, don't I sit there and I critique your material and stuff? Like, I had them can a couple of jokes.
Yeah.
Because they weren't lame, but we had a big.
Who would be a better advisor than you?
Right?
Right.
I set this whole thing in motion, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You even wrote it.
Well.
You know, like you had things. Oh, quiet, Deb. Don't be so honest.
Deborah. Mellow out. What? You even wrote it.
But didn't they had things like a phone pole in it and junk like that?
They had phone poles and stuff, but they were doing some weird stuff. I told them. I said, you know.
You don't want all that stuff. You think that's.
You know what's great? This will be good. They get regular jobs and like. All the other disc jockeys be pulling the hair out of their head. They're sending tapes. I like this. What is it?
If you're interested, we have Scott the Engineer's demo tape as well.
Oh, I'll play that after commercial.
Oh, Scott demoed?
Deborah, you going to go to school or are you just going to quit?
Quit.
Yeah. Might as well. I mean, hey, tell your teacher you're pulling down already more a week than he is. Or she is.
She is.
Go to school, Deb.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care, honey. Kid loves me. I'm a great dad.
Oh, she's deluded. She hasn't met a lot of people.
I don't want the kids having that pressure of having to look for work when they get older. I just want them to start now.
Yeah.
Right.
When there's no competition.
Like the gambling thing, John Gambling Dynasty.
Right.
Yeah. And I told the kids, mate, get your ass in gear, write jokes. Just gold in them there hills. Not a bad audition tape,
No,
huh?
very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Speaking of gold.
Take a little break?
Yeah.
Okay. So you learned something at that management meeting. All right. We're going to take a break. Tom Chiusano, the Man just hired my daughters for a gig. I'm happy. See? I knew those kids would pay off.
Hey, but now you got to write their Saturday show.
I'm not writing anything. They're doing it on their own.
Right.
Now
it's time to let them loose.
Their own, huh?
Yeah. Tom will be fired for this. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back
That's not a bad thing.
Right. We'll be back right after this.
You're listening to a man who smells his own navel cheese. Howard Stern. 97.1 The Eagle. We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
Some guy just sent me a fax. He was watching the E! Show last night. It was the first night of the hypnotism show. It's a 3-part show where we hypnotize scores girls and get them to do weird stuff and fall in love with Elephant Boy and Big Blackie.
Well, we don't do anything. There's a hypnotist in here.
This guy's really good. I wish I remembered his name, but I'm so egocentric that I can't. What was that guy's name?
I don't know.
He's from England or something. Real quiet guy, unassuming, nice guy. And
Paul McKenna.
Paul McKenna. So this guy said, we were doing the build-up with the girls and everything the first night, and finally we're going to go back and see the girls, and who walks into the room? Baba Flowley. He says, I see that big fat Baba Booey with his big fat ass and his wide load. He goes, I'm all worked up for girls, and then that idiot walks in and ruins the whole thing, and then evidently they ended the first episode to tonight.
Right. He still didn't see any girls.
Hey, we're not stupid. We know how to drag you through 3 nights. So now he's like, I got to wait for the night to see the girl.
And then he starts screaming, please keep Baba Flowley out of the frame.
Yeah, keep him out of the room. So anyway, I get home yesterday. I was in the middle of telling you my day, and we finished the Woody Allen bit, the Woody Allen bit. And I get home, and I wanted to get on the computer because I was too tired to work out, even though I'm supposed to work out every day for this movie.
Right.
And they told me to get a little color, but where am I going to get that?
Ask George.
Yeah, I have to tan. I was thinking of going to one of them tanning booths. And I said, no way I'm going to lay in there.
You're not going to do that.
Man, but I am going up on celluloid. So, and I am getting closer to D-Day where I have to start shooting this thing, and I'll be a total misery to work with. I'm getting all kinds of weird offers since I announced them in this movie, and it's Paramount Pictures, and Ivan Reitman.
What kind of offers?
Like tons of, like my second movie.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like people offered me a second movie. I got about 100 scripts sitting on my desk.
Wow.
I was like, I didn't know I had to think about a second movie. They go, well, this thing's a smash hit. You got to be in a second movie right away. Like, are you kidding?
Right away.
Yeah,
so you got to already have, your next project lined up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
So why don't we make a movie out of my second book?
And they say?
They said, well, one guy called. He wants to option it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I already got some interest, which is kind of weird. But I think
what kind of scripts are they sending you?
Like, comedies, like kind of weird comedies.
Yeah.
Like offbeat comedies. One was pretty good, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, actually, I thought it was kind of funny. Would actually consider doing it. But, do I know? It's like Alicia Silverstone said at the American Comedy Awards. I want to thank my friend who read the script for Clueless and told me it was funny because I had no idea. You read those goddamn scripts, you don't know what they are. You can't tell a thing because you really can't. Yeah, I'm thinking of being in Police Academy 54. Where are you? Police Academy 54, where are you?
I just combined the two.
Yeah. So then, like all kinds of calls are coming in because, like, that guy, Mark Tinker?
Yeah.
What show does he have?
NYPD Blue, isn't it?
Yeah, it's his show. He called Baba Flewley and said, tell Howard I read his, he had read the original Private Part script, one of the first ones that I rejected.
The old one.
Yeah. Evidently he got a hold of it and he hated it and thought it was a worthless project. And somehow he got the new script and he just called to say how brilliant it was and how intrigued he is by it and can't wait to see it and
well, good.
What the hell is going on? How did it get so good? And I said, well, I got a pretty good team back there. We've got a really cool team over there at that office. So, yesterday, Fafa Flewley calls me when I get home because Fafa Flewley went over to the production office yesterday to have his interview because they wanted him to consult on the film. Like, we have some cameos and things to cast and all that. And Gary has the Rolodex. So they wanted to pick his brain.
Well, that should have been a short.
It was a 10-minute meeting. And he calls me up and he goes, I cannot believe how organized they are over here, Wolf.
He can't believe how anybody is organized.
Yeah, because we have such a disorganized office, which is primarily his fault.
Yeah. The organization is amazing.
He goes, it's unbelievable. They have everything covered, Wolf. I said,
Could he kind of get some inspiration from that?
None.
It won't inspire him to do anything at all. He didn't come back here and change one thing.
No, it's amazing. Like, you know when you get turned on to all levels of organization, you go, I'm going to do that?
I see where I can work that into my situation.
Wolf, their phone book is in alphabetical order. How they do that?
They could find a number right away.
He was like all impressed, with Betty, the director. And it was really organized, right?
I didn't say it is organized. I wasn't saying I can't believe how organized they are. I just can't believe how bright and together the people are, like Betty and the writer and the production director and all those people. I just thought that they were very together.
It's an organization. Yeah. They have things under control.
I don't...
so they
do you think people come away from a meeting with this group and say, wow?
No. Do you think anyone ever does that? What a professional organization. Who was in the meeting with you? Betty and Danny Goldberg?
And Celia. She's
really good.
Yeah, she's like handling the day-to-day operation.
Yeah, she's who I want you to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'd like to hire her and fire you.
In fact, what are you doing? You should be calling her and say, I need to take a meeting with you.
Yeah.
I want to pick your brain.
Why don't you pick her brain? Why don't we hire her so you can pick her brain? That might be a 5-hour meeting.
She picked my brain. It was quick.
Yeah. How long? 5 minutes?
No, I was in the meeting for about a half an hour.
Well,
First they had to find it.
It was kind of cool. They asked Fafa Flowley in the meeting how they can best please me during the movie because...
And he goes, I don't know.
No, he actually was pretty good. He told them, first of all, Gary found out stuff I didn't know.
What's that?
During the filming of the movie, I have like a Winnebago.
A trailer?
Yeah, but it's a Winnebago.
Uh-huh. Well,
how big is that?
It's a big one.
Is it?
Yeah.
They come in different sizes.
Look.
And they could be huge.
The trailer I had out in California, now, I don't know what kind of... It was like a home. You could have moved into it. It had sleeping quarters. It had a place to eat. I was all hooked up with cable. I had TV.
Yeah.
I had a CD player and a VCR.
Well, Gary told them,
I had a shower.
Oh, good, because this is what Gary told them. Gary said, well, if I was you... I know my Wolf likes movies, so I would get first-run movies in Wolf's trailer and have him sit and watch movies while he's waiting for downtime.
I said, I know there's going to be a lot of downtime.
Now, here's the way I see. This is what I need. Seriously, this is the way I see it going. Because I get off the air, I get over there, and then I guess they got me, sitting around doing some makeup and crap, and then I got to. I don't know.
They do put makeup on.
Yeah, you must rehearse. Or
I understand that a lot of the downtime is they were saying that you have rehearsals before you actually do the movie, and those are Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Then when you get there's a lot of blocking, and it's very slow.
Okay, I dig that. So in other words, when they're blocking, don't I have to be there?
Sometimes you do it, sometimes there's a stand-in.
Sometimes they use the stand-in, yeah.
Yeah, they told me they're looking for a guy who looks like me.
In fact, somebody faxed here today. They said they had a guy who looks just like you, only he's 6'9". Now, does that...
That's probably close enough. Yeah. You know what? In fact, Lurch was 6'9". In fact, if you're looking to do that, I guess... Well, don't send it to their production office. They don't want to... It's just, I guess...
I mean, have they told you they need somebody?
No, I think that they're handling that.
Yeah, they seem to have people.
They need someone, they need a dead ringer. Because, there's a couple of sort of dangerous stunts in the movie that I don't want to do. I want some idiot to do it.
They need stuntmen for that. Yeah. That's not a stand-in.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you have to hang nude upside down on a trampoline.
I just love when you're watching a movie and it's like Nick Nolte, and then all of a sudden it's a really big fat guy with a wig on, like Nick Nolte. Nick Nolte?
Yeah, that's better. Nick Nolte.
Nick Nolte.
Nick Nolte.
I like when it's Nick Nolte. Nick Knock.
Nick Nolte.
Who's there?
Come in. I thought he was called that at one time in his career.
No, it's Nick Nolte.
Okay.
That's all right. Hey, you know what? You can't know everything. Well, and, Friday night was Nina Part 2, Stuttering Nina.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guys looking for her number.
Oh.
Yeah, give up. Just sit at home and watch it. I think tonight, I'm not sure, but the Willie Nelson joint rolling contest is on.
Oh.
Yeah. So that should be a lot of fun. Mrs. Genrich, thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
I can see she's going to become a regular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to wear copper bracelets to ward off arthritis. Kill a cat to cure cancer.
Jackie Jokeman Martling to order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette. It is $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special. Buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Friday night, January 13th. Hey, January 13th is Friday night. My birthday is January 12th, Thursday. So I would imagine the birthday show will be Thursday. My big birthday blowout.
Well, if you're having a party, I'll come.
Well, no, you're throwing the party, and I'll be there. I love when, it's a big surprise.
You're so out of control now. I get these weird reports from your assistant.
Yes.
Things like, I know that the guys aren't having a birthday party for me, but if they are, here's some things they can get for me.
Right.
Here's some people who should be invited.
Well, I'm always mad at the... Well, in case there's a birthday
if
party.
somebody else is throwing a party, how could you get mad?
No, because here's what I get mad. I get mad for two reasons. Number one, I get mad because our sponsors give me crummy gifts. So I said to my assistant, I said, if you can think of something I need, give them a suggestion. Why should they waste money on crummy gifts? Well, I'll tell them what I need.
Now I know why last year one of the clients wheeled up like a paper shredder.
Yeah. Yeah, we needed one.
The exact model. Brand.
Oh, what a surprise. No, listen, I'm not saying they owe me anything. They don't have to get me a thing. But if somebody's going to go out and buy something that like Calasino every year gives me a gaudy ring. Instead of that, just do something here. Here's a list of things I need. Like, how people register for gifts?
Yes, but it sort of takes the fun out of planning for somebody who's constantly telling you how to do their surprise party.
Well, you're in luck because most people ignore my list anyway.
I do have to say that one of the funniest things that ever happened at one of your birthday shows was I remember the year that Dial-A-Mattress gave you as a gift a cross-section of a mattress.
Oh, that was great. What did you do with that?
I got to tell you something. Dial-A-Mattress is a long-time sponsor, a company I believed in. They were only billing like $1 million a year when they came to us, and within
it's a huge company now.
First couple of months, they started billing $13 million a year just off of this show, and then God knows where they're at today. But they're a big company, and I'm not saying they owe me anything. They paid for their spots, and don't get me wrong, but I did a damn good job. And when you're handed a section of a mattress,
like the inside, so you can look in and see the different sections.
That I actually blew up at them, and then the next year, because I blew up at them, they came in with a
recliner,
a big tacky easy chair. That nobody.
Lazy boy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not putting a crummy lazy boy in my house.
It was a certificate that you were supposed to redeem. It was the picture.
Yeah, I'm supposed to go get the lazy boy.
Right.
And it wasn't even like a nice lazy boy.
No, it was like one of those real tacky naugahyde.
Yeah, it was a naugahyde lazy boy. It just doesn't fit in with the motif.
Yeah, my favorite one was that huge big brick wall thing.
Garden face stucco and
Garden State brick face.
And there was a client that I put a lot of thought into, and the guy shows up like with a wall, a stucco wall with my name printed in it.
What'd you do with that?
And I threw it out. I just said, this is a joke. I said, this is like...
some of the junk they bring you is so heavy we can hardly...
Yeah, and then you got to leave with it in my car because you don't want to insult the sponsors. But it was like, I don't care. anything that's junky, I'm throwing out right on the stage this year at the birthday show. If there is a birthday show.
There is.
One recommendation.
Okay. Whatever.
One recommendation I have for anyone who ever buys you a gift ever.
Yeah.
Don't try to buy you clothes.
Right, they buy the big leather jackets with the gaudy
8 balls on them.
Yeah, what am I, Elvis? Yeah, and they all get these hand-painted jackets that are really ugly. I've never worn one. I give my housekeeper. Her kids are running around Brooklyn with big gaudy jackets with 8 balls painted on them.
Easy garbage gift is when they give you dildos and stuff.
Yeah, like the wild man wants dildos. Yeah, the funny gifts.
Remember the year Ron?
But it's really insulting because you do a good job. And I'm not saying they don't pay for their commercials and all that stuff, and I understand all that. But if you're gonna give a gift, give something good.
Well, don't you remember the year that you sold out the Nassau Coliseum and Ron Delsner sent you an obese stripper?
Yeah, and it was just insulting. Hey, Ron, I made you some money. You know what? Do me a favor. Don't give me a gift. I'd rather have no gift. Because carrying home a cement wall with my name in it is not my idea of fun. It's annoying, and I end up hating the sponsor. I'd rather be on good terms. I'd rather be on good terms.
So what do you like, anyway?
Something with good resale.
I don't know, Laura. Yeah, Laura put together a list, of things that I need.
Because I know one year...
I said to her, put together a list. I said it last year after the birthday show. I said, this is the worst take I ever had.
Nothing.
And I always walk in with high expectations. I go, ooh, it's going to be so exciting. We get some gifts.
Don't you remember
I love getting gifts. Who doesn't, Robin?
Nobody.
Well, don't you remember there was one year where you got all crummy gifts and you couldn't understand why, and then we found out that Tom told all the clients $50 limit?
Yeah. Oh, that's Tom. Nice, Mr. Sport.
Is that still in the front?
Yeah, well, Tom could go eat me,
no,
okay?
I think he lifted the ban.
Yeah, well, good.
$100.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a rotten year.
Piece of garbage.
You kept saying, why are all these gifts so
But
bad?
since the birthday shows caused such enmity, I decided they should not be anymore.
Well, we'll see about that.
No more.
Don't even try that charade. That better be. Enmity. I don't know what that is, but... Oh, hi, Tom. Thanks, Beth.
Exactly right. Robin, you were exactly right. That's why there will not be a birthday party anymore.
Yeah.
Because
What's this have to do with you?
He pays for it.
No. I don't care. What does the birthday show have to do with you?
What does that have to do with me?
That is why the birthday show won't be. If Robin decides not to have a birthday show, that's one thing. You don't decide anything.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sick of this.
Yeah?
Yeah. You don't decide anything.
You don't think those
That's
things
right.
cost any
That's
money?
right.
Yeah,
and I'm so sick of your look with the vests.
Yeah.
He's like Larry King, you know, with the Larry King has to wear suspenders.
That's my braces.
Tom, you don't have anything to do with the birthday show. If Robin tells you there's a birthday show, there's a birthday show. All right. Yeah. Goodbye. Just leave.
So I threw that birthday, the list away.
Okay. Thank you, Tom. You're very funny.
Yeah.
Right. Great. Hey, Robin, see how good I did? I waited and told Howard there's no birthday show.
Although it's almost worth doing again to hear Tom sing.
Yeah, Tom sing happy birthday.
Oh, every year.
Oh, it's so embarrassing.
TFZ.
I have to hug Tom.
You make him sing. We put the microphone right in front of him.
Tom, that's why there won't be a birthday show. That's the best thing that ever happened. You get all your stupid clients into one room and they're all happy. Won't be a birthday show. He prays for the birthday show.
No, I don't.
Well, you don't, but he does.
And I think you're too old for birthday shows anyway. You don't want to keep marking birthdays. You're getting too old to be announcing these.
Whatever, but it always is a good show.
Will there come a day when you will just not, stop telling your age, or will you always be honest?
Oh, I'm always honest. 41.
It's the 82nd.
Howard Stern 82nd birthday show. Boy, that'd be funny if we lasted till we were in our 80s doing this show.
You're like Bob Hope.
Yeah. Hey, I got to tell you, Robin, this is a great birthday.
What a kick.
I feel like I'm a young man of 79.
No guesses here, boss. They all died.
Yeah, all your friends are dead. Mark Harris is dead.
It's got to make it to your 43rd.
Sally Kirkland is gone.
Joan Rivers pushing up.
Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers in an old age home salivating all over herself.
Yes, the children of your friends will be coming.
Joe Walsh died. Have you guys seen Joe Walsh in the new Eagles?
Yeah, right. The new Joe Walsh.
Yeah. I call him the Stepford Joe. Somehow the Eagles got a hold of Joe. Joe, I guess, they didn't like Joe because he was always drunk and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, he acted like a real rock star.
Joe had to agree. Yeah, right. Joe had to agree to clean up his act in order to get into the Eagles reunion. And Joe cut his hair and behaves on stage, and it's like, they removed a piece of Joe's brain.
They did.
And it's Stepford Joe.
And
it is. It's Stepford Joe.
And you know who's taking care of that, don't you? I spoke to, they hired that guy Smokey.
Yeah.
The big Indian guy that got Belushi tried to get Belushi off of coke.
Yeah.
Smokey, was on tour with Joe, and Smokey's job to make sure Joe stays sober.
Really? Well, I think Joe is going to stay sober because he doesn't want to give up that Eagles reunion.
But do you think that after they get done with their whole tour and the wreck and everything, and then the Eagles are done, do you think Joe will stay sober?
No. Absolutely not. I think the day the tour is over, Joe goes to a bar and has a drink.
When Glenn Fry went into the hospital and they had a little layoff.
Right.
I was worried then.
No, Joe can control it.
Yeah.
But it's like, to me, Joe was the most interesting member of the Eagles because the other guys are real boring. Timothy B. Schmidt.
But did you notice something really weird when you watch that thing? Joe no longer, I hate to say this, Joe no longer looks happy. Remember Joe used to be the happiest guy that play guitar, wheeling around. Now Joe's you're right, he's just sitting on that chair.
And they've got him under real control. Like when, like during Hotel California, he just plays exactly when he's supposed to play. He doesn't move forward, nothing.
I hear he's not allowed to hang out with Rick, the bass player, anymore.
Really?
Yeah, because Rick wouldn't go in AA, apparently. That's what I heard.
Well, whatever.
All I know.
That's just a rumor.
Is that Joe looks better than I've seen him in years.
He does. His new hair looks good. He dyed it blonde, and he's got like a buzz cut.
In fact, when I see pictures of the Eagles, I really have to look for Joe because I don't recognize him.
And he fits in with the rest of them, and he behaves. Stepford Joe, like the Stepford wives.
The other thing about Joe was he was always causing dissension in the band.
Right,
he
not
had
anymore.
Everybody at each other's throats.
They did something to him. I'm telling you, they took him to Disneyland and emptied out his head and put in Abe Lincoln's brain or something.
But I'll bet you Joe is going to make enough money off of this tour to take him through the second half of his life.
Oh yeah.
And then he can do whatever he wants again.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's big money to be made there, and that's enough to sober you up.
It was like $100 a ticket.
Yeah, but you know what? Joe has money. It wasn't the problem. I think it was also like he just wanted to be back in the real limelight again.
I'm telling you, when you go to see the show, it's Joe's songs that get everyone going nuts.
I know.
Rocky Mountain Way and Life's Been Good. People love that stuff.
I know.
Just, nobody was going to see Joe do it.
Yeah, because everyone's seen Joe do it. They want to go see the Eagles do it. Even though it sounds the same.
Yeah, those are Joe's songs. Those are solo songs.
Right. And who's that dude in the Eagles? Is that Timothy B. Schmidt, the guy with the giant long hair?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Looks like an Indian?
Yeah.
Timothy B. Schmidt.
Timothy B. Schmidt and the other guys are all they just stand there. They stand like wooden Indians, and they got Joe under control. He's not even allowed to bounce around the stage. Because, if Joe was high, he would just, be crashing into those guys. And
Right, he'd be all over the stage.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Do you remember when...
How are you doing?
Yeah. Hi, how are you? Joe Walsh.
How are you doing?
Don't you remember when Joe was completely out of his mind on our Fox pilot? He was playing the trombone and running around kicking over everyone's instruments.
Trombone. He passed out on the back of the stage.
In the stairwell, right?
Yeah, he kind of went to sleep during my show and was just sleeping in the stairwell. He was a pisser.
Don't you remember he fell asleep beside your desk?
Yeah.
How you doing? How you doing?
I mean, I'm happy if Joe's happy, but he is Stepford Joe now. And he didn't even call in anymore.
No, last time he came to town, because you know what? They put him to bed early, and they don't want him getting up too early. The more he sleeps, the less he can drink.
It's like having a new baby. Got to put Joe to bed.
Just a minute. How old is Joe Walsh, and he's got a babysitter?
I don't know. But that's pretty cool.
A guy to hang around and make sure he doesn't drink.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How are you doing?
Hey, Joe.
Somewhere out on that horizon. But there's no one inside. How you doing?
Stepford Joe.
Prisoner ordered to get it back.
And we're never going to get to speak to him while he's with us.
Yeah, I want to.
Care.
How you doing?
It'd be good to have tape of him like this so that when he goes back to the old Joe, we could play it for him.
How about when Joe would do, how's your penis?
How's your penis?
And he's always running for president.
Always calling his ex-wife.
No, vice president.
For me.
Always calling his ex-wife plaintiff.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Plaintiff.
My ex-wife plaintiff.
My ex-wife plaintiff.
Same joke over and over again.
I went to the Eagles show when they played Giant Stadium, and his manager said, hey, if you get tickets, come on by. And we went backstage, and Joe wasn't seeing anybody.
Right.
Now, when was that?
This was in June.
I was going to say, he never did anything like that before.
Oh, please, come on in. We're having a party.
And the Eagles, they've made him such a robot and everything. Everything, even the songs all sound like right from the album. They don't do anything. They don't.
Remember when you went to play with Joe?
Yeah.
And, he was full of tricks. He had your amp turned down.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he turned my amp up.
Oh, he turned it all the way up. That was the way he did.
Yeah.
And you were playing louder than anybody?
He heard me complain that I went on stage with Leslie West, and Leslie turned off my amp. So he goes, don't worry, I won't do that. I'll make sure you're heard. And he made mine louder than anyone. And everyone heard that I couldn't play.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I don't care what they did to Joe. I will never forget the man at the Plaza Hotel with these groupies at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I don't care what they did to Joe. Yeah.
Remember one morning, Joe called and said, I got some women over there, and you sent me over. They were all drinking, and they had groupies, and they had 8 rooms, and they'd been up all night, and they had instruments set up in all the rooms, playing guitar, drinking.
Huh.
That's the Joe I know. Oh, what a life.
One time on the Fox show, we booked him, and his management office called and said, where can we find Joe? And I said, he's at the Plaza Hotel. And she goes, oh, my. You didn't put him at the Plaza. And I'm like, why? She's like, that might not have been a good idea.
You're supposed to know that.
That's his manager.
Yeah. I remember when I showed up at his house to write a song with him. I showed up 11 in the morning, and he was still sleeping. He got up, poured himself a glass of OJ, and goes, where's the vodka?
Well, what the sad thing was, when he worked here, forget it.
All right, that's enough. That's enough.
Yeah, that's reminiscing about the old Joe.
There's a new Joe out there somewhere.
There's a new Joe in town.
Right, so there's a new Joe in town, and he's feeling good. How you doing?
Once you get out of rehab, they tell you have to avoid all your old friends.
Yeah.
That remind you of how much fun it was to be drunk. Maybe that's why he doesn't come here.
Life's been good to me so far. I have a mansion in Hollywood. How you doing? I never been there. They tell me it's nice. How you doing?
Hey, it's just like having Joe in the room.
Bitches are loaded and Dickies is back. How you doing?
Well, what happened when he was touring with Ringo? Was he a good boy then?
No, I don't think so.
He didn't look like he was.
He looked like the old Joe. But Stepford Joe is a whole new Joe. I haven't gotten to experience Stepford Joe.
Wasn't that when he got into all the trouble because Don Henley didn't like him doing one of his songs?
Yeah, well, Don Henley was basically saying, "Hey, Joe," he put down his foot. He said, "Joe, you want to be in the Eagles reunion?" And you know what? Joe is the most exciting guy in the Eagles. You can't have an Eagles reunion without Joe. I don't care.
Let me tell you something about Joe on tour with Ringo. I ran into him. I was on my honeymoon. I ran into Joe at the Rome airport. Now, I've probably met Joe 50 times. I walked right up to him. He did not recognize me. He did not recognize me.
Right.
I go, Joe, and then he sort of recognized me. There's an example of Joe that we used to love.
All right. Here's Joe. The old Joe. For those who miss old Joe.
Okay.
I thought that there was I'm an old hippie, so I used the word five. I thought there was a string 5 too, but I guarantee nothing happened. Just because you walk around with a tutu and swim fins on, it's none of my business.
No, wait a second, Joe, because you know how much we care about you.
Okay, Howard.
Yeah.
I did say that I thought because you say what you choose sometimes on the radio.
Right. Right.
Right, what?
And blah, blah, blah.
Joe, throw a verb in there.
Every once in a while, yeah, break it up.
Thanks for the tip.
No, but Joe, seriously.
I did say that because you were so kicked out by them. Now, And I do, again, apologize.
No.
That's vintage Joe.
I'm
That's
getting
Joe.
drunk just listening.
Yeah. But boy, those Eagles got him under control. It's Stepford Joe. Joe stands in all the Eagles stand in one straight line when they perform. It's like a military operation. And Joe doesn't move.
Don Henley always looks mad.
Yeah, like angry.
That is the most miserable guy on earth.
Yeah. He's angry to be up there.
The more records he sells, the more miserable he gets.
Yeah. Stop buying his records, we'll get happy.
Life has not been good to him.
No. Joe, has life been good to you?
I don't care if the guys were ribbons and tutu. Yeah. I've been good to me so far. How you doing? How you doing?
Great. Okay. Well, I miss Joe.
Yeah, I miss him too.
See, this is when people would say you're non-supportive. Because it's not right to say you like Joe better drunk.
Well, as a radio host that needs good guests, I would say Joe drunk is better than...
I think a sober Joe would be a fine guest.
Yeah, great. I wrote this song in 1965.
Well, you used to tell Sam that all the time, and he even agreed with you. That you
One time Sam came in and he was totally sober. He'd been sober for a couple of weeks. And I said to him, it's just not the same. It's better when you're drunk. And he went right out and got loaded.
Well, what happened? He called in on the phone, said, I'm going to be there at 8 o'clock. And he was like another Sam.
Yeah, it was
he was responsible.
Yeah.
He was on time.
I don't want the responsible Sam at 8 o'clock.
And you just happened to mention that you liked him better when he was so out of control.
Yeah.
And he went out and started drinking that night.
Yeah. I'm drunk.
I did it for you, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet he did. Funny. Well,
worst thing was trying to find an open liquor store at 8 in the morning.
Oh, yeah. That's not an easy task.
Sam will give you $100 and ask for, like, an expensive bottle of champagne. You could never find it anywhere.
All right. Well, anyway, I don't know how I got on the Eagles, but I've been meaning to talk about
Stepford Joe.
Stepford Joe. Robo Joe. Yeah. It was like RoboCop when they took and removed the guy's brain and just like made him...
Yeah, didn't give him his memory.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I'm pretty well behaved now. But I'm going to take your advice, Howard. As soon as this tour is over, I'm going to call Rick the bass player. How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
All right. Anyway, Jackie will be at the Treehouse January 13th in Norwalk, Connecticut. For filthy jokes and info, call 516-9221. Remember, 516-9221 is not a paid service. Don't miss Fa Fa Folai, my producer, this Saturday night at the Harrow East Theater in Rochester, New York for a listener appreciation party. Don't miss Stuttering John's band at Nick's in Alexandria, Virginia, Friday night, January 13th, and at Avalon on 2nd Avenue and 80th Street in Manhattan, Wednesday night, January 18th, a very fine Stuttering John band. Elvis tomorrow, and don't forget, if you're planning a wedding or party and you need a DJ, call Scott, the engineer, at Rocket Entertainment, 718-BAG-5040. Well, it's been a full show, Robin.
Got through another Monday.
Got through another Monday, but tomorrow's Tuesday. Wow. Hey, look at this. It's the second Monday in the new year.
Don't look now.
Don't look now.
Celebration starts at 10.
Pete never joins us for crossovers now.
Pete's not into us. I like when Meg used to join us for crossovers.
What is she doing now? She's still
She's working at the station we started at. She's working at WRNW.
Full circle.
I don't know what her story is. Something about she wants to play records that mean something to her.
New and cutting edge.
Yeah. I don't know, $4 an hour. That's dedication.
Conviction.
Yeah.
That's conviction.
She believes in what she says.
Yeah.
And I hope she's all right. I like her. It's kind of sad that she's at the station we started at. That was,
Where was that?
But she evidently doesn't mind. She wants to just play the records that mean something to her. And she gets to play Courtney Love all morning. That's a pretty good song. Did you hear that Courtney Love song?
I still got to get that album.
The whole album is good. It really is good. I mean, she's kind of a goofy character, but her music's pretty good.
Turns out she's a trust fund baby. Did you see that in the paper today?
Yeah. Her old man gave her a $2 million trust fund.
Wow.
Courtney Love from Kurt Cobain's wife.
I'd like to ache
The doll
like she
parts.
aches.
What?
I'd like to ache like she aches.
No one aches like I ache.
Oh, I love all these people. They're so everybody's suffering so much.
You don't know how I feel.
Someday you will ache like I ache.
Someday you will ache like I ache.
How you doing?
I think that her husband wrote those songs.
Yeah.
Well, for some strange reason, her management doesn't seem to want to let her come on the show.
Really?
Why
I
not?
dig her.
Because I think she's one of those people who can't be contained.
Big deal.
That's what she's supposed to be, out of control.
You will ache like I ache. I checked out the album. It's pretty good.
I hear good things about it.
It is.
I can't find it in my house, though. I know I have it somewhere, and I can't find it to listen to it again.
I'll get you another one.
All right. Yeah, right.
I like the one where she's a beauty queen.
Yeah, she's pretty nutty. One day you will ache like I ache.
I was reading about some guys, like you get around her for a while and you start living her life. This reporter who had hung out with her all day wound up in a high-speed chase with the police
Oh, really?
her in the car.
Yeah, I'd like to hang out with her. I bet she'd give you a really good sex, too. Like a wild dog. All dirty. She's dirty.
Big sausage lips.
Big sausage lips and dirty hair, dirty greasy hair and sausage lips.
Completely white complexion.
Your dirty feet.
And half awake.
Yeah, right. Smelly panties.
Big
No douche. Dirty, filthy girl who could teach me some stuff. You want to puke after you have sex with her? You puke on her.
Puke while you're having sex.
You both puke. She puked, you puke.
Yeah.
That's when you know it's really good.
Yeah. That's good sex.
There's no way you could start out having sex with her sober.
No.
There's no way.
I think I could have some good sex with her, but I'm afraid, isn't she like a junkie or something?
She's on the needle.
She denies that she did it while she was pregnant, even though she told the reporter and he had it down in his notes.
I'm a little afraid of the whole, that whole thing.
She's very volatile, though.
Yeah.
She'll scream at you and curse at you.
Right, you're going to have to fight a lot.
If she calls up reporters and stuff, if you write a bad article, she'll get your home number. And
Looks like she has a lot of pimples and stuff.
It comes and it goes.
Yeah.
She's got some pictures you look at her, she's awesome.
Yeah.
And some pictures you look at her, she's like, ooh.
I'd like to see her just to see if she's skanky or good looking.
Well, I saw her once. I met her once in person, and she was like just in the middle. She was like, okay.
She was okay.
You could go either way.
She got big cans, though. She used to be a stripper, didn't she? Or something?
I don't know. You used to say that, but
No.
if she had $2 million, was she stripping?
I don't know what her
It's the
story
love of
is.
the art.
Someday you will ache like I ache.
Broken doll parts.
I know Meg's really into her.
Well, how can Meg be into her? You know how she got on Sam's case for being so out of control?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
She's got a right to be out of control. She aches.
That's right. She aches like you ache.
Sam didn't ache.
Someday you're going to ache like she aches with the $2 million trust fund.
Right.
And all Kurt
I
Cobain's
wish
money.
I could have that payment.
Yeah, I'll take that payment, too. All right, anyway, we got to get out of here. By the way, what is today? January what? 10. Now, my birthday is January 12th.
Constantly thinking about yourself.
Tricking you into admitting it.
Here we are talking about Elvis,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you're wondering what day it is so you can check on your birth date.
If this is January 10th, that means in 2 days, the birthday show should occur.
You doing a birthday show countdown?
Yeah, and the birthday show is always a great show with lots of celebrities and lots of merriment and gifts.
There's nobody in town.
Big band. It's a whole big production.
You know we have no budget.
But let me say something.
Stop making a big deal.
Yeah, but let me say something. I think this year will be the best birthday show because Tom certainly is going to do something even more spectacular than Tavern on the Green. Not that I wouldn't be satisfied, but like maybe he's going to take it into a whole new, maybe you guys pushed him into a whole new arena, some sort of like weird place, and there's going to be extra special guests, and maybe it's going to be a whole different thing.
You act like this is a special birthday.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just have a feeling that it's going to be wild this
And do you
year.
think that Tom has undergone some sort of, reawakening?
Robin maybe pressured him into it.
Don't you know, Tom, that by now that when you do something once, it is tradition?
And all I know is that last year, the station gave me a Leroy Neiman painting. This year's going to be even bigger.
Well, I wouldn't hold out for a lot of great gifts as far as that.
Really? Well, I'm really quite...
In fact, I would admonish that's warn people who are looking to give you a gift, if that were their wish,
right,
to insist that they be given some guidance.
No, let me just say something. No, wrong.
I'm saying this.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that people who really want to know what Howard would like for a birthday present.
Yeah.
Now, I have no idea if you're having a party or not.
Right.
And I have no idea if people want to give you a gift or not.
Right.
But if somebody were to be looking to give you a gift,
right,
I know that you have made some effort to tell people what you might like.
Well, I'm registered at Fortune House.
And what I would say to them is to call someone and insist that they be given that list.
What is she saying? I don't even know what Robin's saying. She's being so cryptic. Explain to me what she's saying. Robin, you've tried 2 attempts. Now Gary gets to explain what you're saying.
In a hypothetical situation, if
I have put together a list of gifts. If
there were going to be gifts, and there was a list
that Robin is encouraging people to call for those gifts,
and people wanted to know
what's on it,
what's on that list,
in other words, what you're saying
is swayed by somebody in charge who would tell them not to get something that's on that list.
Oh, okay, all right. I hear you now. I understand. All right, it took 3 times. Let me just say something. Why don't we read that list on the air? Because I think I know what you're saying.
What would you like? There's a good idea.
You want to know what I want for my birthday this year?
I would love to know what you would
Do you
want.
have the list?
No, I don't.
See, no offense, Rob, no friggin' Great Garloos or lobster scissors, all right, Jackie? I don't want lobster scissors. Fred came and he goes, I got my gift from Jackie. I go, yeah, what'd you get? He goes, I guess I got what everyone else got. I got these scissors. What are they?
See, he gave us the scissors and no lobster.
Yeah, right. I got a lobster with them. So I knew what it was.
I didn't know what kind of scissors
Fred got scissors and he went, oh, but what am I supposed to do with the scissors? I don't get it. Is it a joke?
See, I couldn't figure out the joke with the 2 scissors.
I'll do you one better than that. I know somebody that Jackie gave them to.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, Jackie gave me an extra set and returned one of them. They didn't know what 2 were for.
I don't know.
I get the scissors and a fake lobster, a tiny little foam lobster that you can add water to and it becomes 200 times its size.
Well, he really goes all out, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I'm sitting there,
He loves gadgets. Jackie's like a real gadget.
Yeah, but it's
lover.
a cheap gadget.
But the best part to me was that he wrapped the box. They had put the box together themselves.
It's the kind of gift you get, and you're like so disappointed. You know what I mean? It's a lobster
Look,
scissor.
when I see Jokeland or all the little things for because they even drew on the box and stuff.
Yeah, right.
I knew.
Yeah.
Not to get my hopes up.
Hey, we put a lot of effort into that. We even drew on the box. Is that the gift list?
Yeah.
All right, let me
Well, why don't you read that?
All right, let me just say something. No, let me tell you what happened. I every year I'm disappointed by the gifts I get for my birthday show. Our sponsors, you know. Listen,
they try their best.
I mean, I'll tell you my expectations. I expect Tom to walk in with like 500,000 shares of Infinity stock this year. I really do.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
That's what I expect. And anything less would be disappointing to me.
What is Tom doing in here at this point?
What are you doing? I am doing a show. Goodbye.
Called you.
What are you doing? You just go work on my gift.
Yeah, you bring I hear my name mentioned a lot. So
Yeah.
That would come in and attempt to defend myself.
Well, about what?
I know that's a microphone, Jay.
All right, here's what I'm saying.
May I also tell you that I think in all the years I've never you're so far over the line here.
Why? Why? No, let me just say something. Can I just say something? I'm not over the line.
You are.
When you get married, you're
not getting married.
No, let me say something. And since I am
married,
we have listen. This is all I'm saying. Now, hear me out. And I really do mean this. I'm being sincere now. I'm not doing anything for the air or anything like that. In other words, we have a birthday show every year. And clients come in. And some of them even spend a lot of money on it.
They do.
On hunks of junk.
Right.
They want to give me a gift that means something. And if they're spending the money anyway, get me something that I would be impressed by. Something that I could use. I feel bad. I go home with this
These are
gift.
only suggestions. Nobody's twisting an arm.
Calasino from Fidelity Diamond comes in every year with some bauble that I never wear. The gaudiest thing I ever saw.
But he always, like, I remember he told me once that one of the things he gave you that you didn't like was worth like $3,000.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to spend $3,000 here. I got a list.
The guy who brought you something from Steuben Glass. That had to be worth something.
The Steuben Glass. That was from the... Stupid glass. Stupid glass, right. That's what we called it, remember? We loved to say, that's not stupid glass, that's stupid glass. The guy from Car Cash got me that, I think. Yeah. I said, gee, Car Cash, I know them so long, and to have this negative feeling toward them, even though I really don't. I mean, I love Car Cash.
Right. Great sponsor years, all the years. Right. Absolutely.
You know, I mean, you know what I got last year? Honest to God, this is a true story. Now, I think I did a pretty good job for the Roy Rogers Company. And I'm not looking for any gift from them. I love Roy Rogers. I'm a big fan of the food. I'm a big fan of the food. And I'm not kidding. I really am a big fan of Roy Rogers' food. I'm thrilled they're on the air with it. But they gave me a hat signed by Roy Rogers.
Yes.
You know what I did with it? I put cat food in it. I mean, really.
Is that really what they gave you?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't remember that?
No. And remember Roy's autograph? Here, I have a copy of it. Here it is. He's an old guy. I mean, yeah, there it is. Okay? Roy's autograph. It's very shaky. So here it is. It's a visual joke. You'll see it on the E! Show. All right. Once in a while, I throw those in. All right. So here's the point. Yeah. Why am I out of line? I don't know exactly why.
Because you're kind of like... You're shilling for gifts here.
No, I don't want a gift. Listen, I'm saying right now, I don't want a gift.
That is where you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Not shilling.
No, I'm not.
He's just saying,
no, I am not.
If somebody were to give him a gift,
let me read the list.
This would be the kind of thing he would love.
Let me read the list of things.
All the subtlety you want here.
It's not shilling for gifts. Let me say.
Not soliciting.
Let me say what I would think is a great gift. Here's what a great gift. You don't have to get this for me.
It's like a Best Buy.
A hat signed by Roy Rogers. It'd be a great.
A new IBM Optra 1200 DPI printer.
What's that?
It retails about $1,800.
Oh, okay.
That's all? Well, I'm saying if a guy's going to spend $3,000, why not? Here's something half the price.
Howard's saving me money.
The kids have Christmas lists. Why can't I?
But nobody's spending $18,000.
All right. How about a $200 gift? How's this? Anti-glare filter for 21-inch and 17-inch monitor. About $200.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
This list is like.
All right. Here's something for $100. 5 1/4 read-write optical drive discs. All right. Those are $100 a piece.
You know,
it's a nice $100 gift.
I was willing to give you credit for not having created this list. I was originally told you didn't, that it was from other people, but...
Oh, yeah, I thought this up.
See, what I think...
Right, how about this?
Sounds like you should buy them and just give them the bill.
What are these things, Howard?
How about a photocopy machine? Somebody who really wants to show their appreciation. Maybe the station even, Tom. It's a good suggestion for you. How about a dictaphone machine? Standard cassettes, not micro, about $200. How about a color scanner? $900, a good piece of office equipment.
That's cheap.
$900.
Oh, not even for a color scanner, yeah.
Right.
You want 2 or 3?
Just one.
Oh. Well, I heard that.
I mean, if you want to get me 2, go ahead. I'm not going to tell you what to do. How about the Sony 61-inch 61 XBR TV?
You don't mind waiting till next year?
No, come on. No, seriously, I'm saying that those would be impressive gifts to me. And then one's $200. I'm not looking for expensive. I'm not looking for any gift. I don't want a gift.
That's the
what he's not looking for is a bunch of junk he really doesn't want.
Right.
I
mean, lobster scissors are okay, but I don't like gag gifts. Remember when Dial-A-Mattress gave me a piece of a mattress? And then they were so embarrassed the next year, they gave me the Barker Lounge made out of Naugahyde.
I thought they gave you a comforter for it.
No. It was just... And then and they gave me a certificate for it. I'm supposed to go pick it up.
Right, yeah. Go to the store and get this.
Yeah.
Pull up in your U-Haul.
Well, thank God.
I mean, those guys love me.
Like I say, thank God we won't have that problem this year.
We're not going to have any problem because there's no party.
Exactly.
Forget about the party. I'm just saying if a sponsor wanted to get me a birthday gift, there it is. Okay, and I know there's going to be a party because that's absurd that it wouldn't be.
Since we're only being hypothetical, what's wrong with reading the list?
Right. Yes, since you're being hypothetical, what do you care? No one's giving me a gift anyway.
Maybe, Howard, maybe.
But Tom thinks that's obnoxious.
For gifts.
These are valued clients and everything. And I'm saying, let me go on record as saying something. I would do a great commercial no matter what. If you get me a gift, if you don't get me a gift,
you are a professional.
That's right.
I was under the impression that Tom
not when it comes to showing for gifts, but
did he really?
Maybe what Tom's trying to say cryptically is that the reason he wouldn't give out anything is because the station they're getting all these things as a gift.
Right. Yeah.
Not.
Am I going to get Infinity stock for
what?
A sizable chunk of the company for Christmas? I mean, for my birthday? Whatever holiday? Christmas, nothing happens. To show their appreciation? Is that what's happening this year?
I'm not the guy to talk to about that.
Right. No. Obviously, you're not the guy to talk to about a lot of things.
You're not the guy to talk to if you want to know what Howard wants.
Right. All right, very good, Tom. Thank you for raining on my parade again.
Anything I can do.
Yeah, just ruin all my fun.
Anything I can do to bring the show down, you know that.
Thank you. Thanks for bringing it down.
My lot in life.
I understood there was a log jam in the system, so I thought I'd clear it up.
What happened? What happened? You showed the list to Tom?
No, I didn't know anything about this list. Somehow the list got to the station, and whoever saw it said, well, I have to clear this through Tom.
Who saw it,
and
you?
that was the end of that.
Why do you have to clear it through Tom?
I didn't.
It was just in case a client called you and said, hey, do you have any gift suggestions?
No.
That's some things you have to clear through Tom. That you don't.
Hypothetically, what might have happened is it might have gone to Tom's assistant, and she deals with all the salespeople.
No. It shouldn't have been done that way. That was a wrong way to do it. In other words, if somebody inquired about a gift suggestion, then you would have had your list and said, ooh, I know what he needs. And then you would have done it that way. To put out the list to all the salespeople to hand to the sponsors is absurd.
Big mistake to delegate. You're right.
Big mistake. But that wouldn't
I guess that was Mr. Delabate.
Very good. Once again, you made me proud.
Through me.
Is that right?
Never went through me.
How did it go?
Who sent it to Denise?
Go?
Kathy.
Kathy gave it to Denise. No, I'll talk to her later.
Because I didn't know how Tom got involved in this, but he did become involved.
Big mistake.
She's been working hard, and I guess she was trying to delegate like you told us to a couple of weeks ago.
All right, I take back everything I said a couple of weeks ago.
You know what? I don't know what you do when you give directions, but it always causes something like this.
I don't know, but all I'm going to say is I somehow still blame Baba Booey. You really should have been Kathy acting alone. All right, very good. Now I'll end up with doubles. In gifts. I hope that doesn't happen. All right, very good. I don't want duplication. That would be absurd. Make sure the sponsors are coordinated so that they don't all give me the same thing.
Make sure there's no list. They don't just their continued loyalty.
If somebody were to call and ask something, Tom, we would be remiss in not giving an answer.
Well, first I'd say there's no birthday party.
Right.
And that would end the whole conversation.
But no, the point is who cares if there's a party or not? Maybe they want to give Howard a gift on his birthday.
Well, if they wanted to do that, then they should get something that they deemed appropriate.
But
really?
If they wanted some
guidance... You can't ask for guidance?
For that list, for $2,000.
See, you don't know what's on the list.
Those gifts range from $100 to $2,000.
But he doesn't know what's on the list. Let's say you never saw the list. It's not about what's on the list.
I do know what's on the list.
But that...
Boy, Tom's really angry about this. Everybody watches. Dave Herman probably gets great gifts.
This is why, Tom's been walking around the halls, and I knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
Because he's had a certain look on his face. He's not been the usual Tom. And for
Consider yourself calm down.
I have been wondering what has been wrong with Tom, and it must have been this list.
You mean Tom was acting like there was a dense, thick fog around his head?
Yes. That there was a big cloud.
And you thought that was unusual?
Usually I can see him more clearly through the cloud.
No, I'm upset because they haven't settled the hockey strike yet.
Well, they're going to settle.
Noon today.
Is that right?
Noon today, and then Tom won't have any Rangers to root for this season.
That's right. Well, I don't care. I want gifts. Hey, you know what I thought was a great gift?
The hockey negotiation.
Can I ask you for this? Could Leroy Neiman paint a picture of Fred and give it to me? I want that hanging in my house.
You don't know this.
Right.
He's already doing your wife.
Is that right? I didn't know Leroy Neiman was doing my wife.
He's not painting it. Somebody's got it.
No wonder she didn't care.
Good Lord knows I'm not doing her. All right, listen, why don't we take a break?
And then when you come back, we'll be speaking to Gary Marshall, speaking of gifts.
Oh, I want to do Elvis, but I certainly do want to speak to Gary Marshall.
Did you finish reading your list?
There were a couple of items I didn't get to mention on the list.
I got phone calls yesterday about Elvis. People want Elvis.
They do want Elvis?
Yes.
All right, well, I'll do it. Robin, you'll have to interview Elvis because I'll obviously be Elvis.
Can I just mention one thing on this list that I think is really funny? You talk about narrowcasting. Howard, a Polaroid camera, one that can take close-up pictures of memorabilia clearly.
Right.
I think that's sort of...
Yeah. We need a high-resolution Polaroid camera. Well, you're asking me what I need.
I didn't ask.
Well, someone did. I didn't tell anybody what I need.
Quite frankly, I don't think we'd want to sit while you open those gifts.
Dave, these are things you need. Putting together the Howard Stern Archive collection.
Yeah, but we're trying to do a show here.
All right. Well, hey, listen. I'll hope for the best. No, really, I don't want a birthday gift. I would be satisfied if no one got me a gift. It just seems senseless to me that people spend money on gifts I don't need. It just seems a waste of time.
Isn't that what birthdays are for?
No. It's stuff that I don't need.
It's not the thought that counts.
When you get when a loyal sponsor gives you a cement block with your name written in it, a stucco block with your name written in it, and I go, maybe they went to expense on this thing too. It didn't look like it was cheap.
No, somebody had to make that.
Not only don't I want that gift, I don't want to carry that home and do the under
I
the
remember
pretense.
that one well.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Need I say more? Or how about all the bad leather jackets with all the weird little 8 balls painted all over them?
Yeah.
This is Howard. You don't understand. This leather jacket is a special collection jacket. Yeah, a guy painted it, hand painted. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This is the tackiest jacket I ever saw.
One year somebody gave you a warm-up.
And then I end up yelling at the sponsors at the birthday show. What is it, Ralph?
Can I just say, if anybody gets you a leather jacket, be sure that it fits. It should be long.
Yeah, consult Ralph.
It should be short.
If you're going to get an article of clothing,
fits you or Ralph.
No,
if you're going to get an article,
spend $1,000 on a leather jacket, it might as well fit.
I get all these jackets. I end up giving them to Ralph anyway because they don't fit me.
Oh, you don't even save them for charity so that we
Sometimes
can give them to
I give them to charity.
auctions? Because that's usually what we get on your birthday is a bunch of stuff we can give to auctions.
You know what? I'd say 99% of the gifts I've received from sponsors, I've given all away to charity. Because they're the worst gifts.
And you're a better man for it.
And they have the worst taste in clothing, our sponsors.
Well, yeah, you don't dress like these people.
I know. Yeah, but nobody dresses like that. Who wears giant 8 balls on a leather jacket and the sleeves have
there must
3/4
be
length?
somebody out there.
And they don't fit me.
And they're expensive.
Yeah, it kills me.
Designers, limited editions.
$1,500 jacket.
Yeah.
Instead, he could have an Aptiva or something or other.
Or how about the clients who get me champagne and I don't even drink?
You think cash is tacky?
No, I don't. I don't think there's anything wrong with a cash gift. Cash is king. Cash is king. Isn't that my motto? Oh, I'd say that is my motto if it wasn't before. Well, there it is. All right.
But, Tom, don't try to keep secrets from me. Just, whenever you're doing
I have no
things,
secrets to keep.
Just let me know. We can always resolve
Something's
it
troubling
on the
you,
air
Tom.
without it being
I'll check
some
with Robin.
Check with Robin.
Okay.
silly thing that you're whining about in the hall and pouting.
Were you pouting in the hall to people?
No.
You were pouting. For the last 2 days you've been pouting.
Tom, I'm a very important man in the company.
Absolutely.
And it's important that I'm happy on my birthday show. That's all. The listeners are upset when I'm upset.
Right.
She doesn't understand that. They hear the birthday. You know how embarrassing it is to have to yell at the sponsors at the birthday show for the bad gifts they're getting?
The monitor might be better, but the brick is much more fun to listen to.
Yeah. It just seems uncomfortable.
Trying to help you make good radio. That's all
There's been, and you know what? I just have to say one more thing. There's been a couple of years where you have been unhappy with the gift, and the people who've given it to you have either been very disappointed that you're unhappy,
I know,
or have gotten genuinely angry that you've made fun of their gift.
I know. They don't understand that it's
We're
bad.
trying to avoid all that.
There's nothing worse than looking at a whole family pissed off at you.
I know. So a lot of these people are a family, and they're upset that I'm not excited about the gift.
Because it seems that as a family, they choose the gift.
Some of the clothing. Oh, my God. And how about the sponsors who want to be funny?
Remember the year somebody brought you an electric car for your kids?
Yeah, what am I going to do with that?
a gas car.
2 years.
It was a gas car. I'm not going to put my kids in that. My kids will explode. I love my kids.
It was sitting around in the hall.
It was a gas-powered engine.
Yeah, it was a lawnmower.
Yeah.
We ended up riding it around the hall once and sticking up the whole rock.
And I never got to bring it home.
The entire building.
And you know what? That had to cost $2,500 easily. Yeah. Did they end up giving it to Ronald McDonald House or something?
Yeah, he sold it to Top
Something like
Cat.
that.
Someone told me Frank Flores still commutes in that car. What's he, about 2 feet tall?
Stretch a little.
Yeah. So, I mean, seriously, that's not a cheap gift. And that's absurd. It was a waste of money.
Right.
It was a big waste of money. And I remember the sponsor was upset that I didn't like it. And I yell at the sponsors on the air, and who wants that? Why should we have something uncomfortable? All right, I got to take a break. It's very important. Our sponsors must be satisfied.
Exactly.
All right, let's take a break. Everyone will calm down. Tom now has got it out of his system.
Yes, now he can be back to normal in the hall.
Once again, I'm saying I'm not asking for any gift, but if you're going to get me a gift, at least make it interesting. Make it worthwhile.
You know what would be a good gift? One of those sharp view cams.
Could we do a... Now, there's a good gift.
Can we do this break?
But that's an excellent gift. What is it?
Speaking of gifts, Mr. Marshall's on the phone.
All right, hey, listen to this.
Yeah.
Let me take a break, and then I'll talk to Mr. Marshall. All right, we'll be back right after this.
More to come when the Howard Stern Show returns in a moment. 97.1 The Eagle.
Hey, if you...
97.1 The Eagle. It's the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
On our phone is the very famous film producer.
And TV producer.
One of the biggest names in Hollywood, Gary Marshall.
Yep.
Who, through some fluke, is a friend of mine in some bizarre sense.
It's amazing.
Yeah, not like a real friend. I'm explaining our relationship, Gary.
Okay.
I mean, Mr. Marshall.
Gary.
I don't feel comfortable.
All right.
Somehow, we've become...
I don't know how this happened. How did it happen?
I could call Gary Marshall and ask advice.
Yes, but how did that even come about?
Well, I just worked up the nerve. I'm such a pussy. Excuse my language, Mr. Marshall. I don't normally talk like that.
It's early in the morning.
Exactly. I'm such a pussy that I can't even call a guy because I feel I'm being obtrusive, But I finally said I was working on the movie and I needed an expert opinion, and Mr. Marshall did say that I could call him, and unless he was stroking me.
Oh, so that happened while he was here.
Yes, when I went on the show.
Yeah, and he said to me, gee, if you need to talk to someone, I'd be more than happy to do it. I said, well, nobody values Gary Marshall's opinion more than me. So I asked his advice.
You took full advantage.
I took full advantage for once, and he was very gracious to me.
Well, we were talking about making a movie. I know how hard that is. So
yeah, it is.
You saw what happened to my last one. It's a hard business.
You can't have a winner every time. But
I have no complaints.
But I explained to Mr. Marshall, I've got to make my first movie a good one. Then I can do a bunch of junky ones. You know what I mean? I need to hit it.
That first hit.
I need to hit the home run so I get my ticket out of radio.
Yes.
But anyway, so Mr. Marshall, very gracious. No help, but very gracious. Anyway, unbelievably,
lo and behold,
let me get to the point of the phone call. Unbelievably, Gary Marshall not only sends me a personal Gary Marshall stationery, a personal note wishing me a happy, New Year, holidays,
holiday season
to the wife and family, but it says there is a gift
attached
under separate cover.
Oh,
I was like floored. I mean, and when I opened the box, I was astounded to find a personal gift.
Mm-hmm.
But yet a strange gift in the sense that...
Gary, what was it?
What is that thing you sent me?
It's a reverb thing for your guitar. You play guitar. It's called a Phase 100. My son's a musician, and my assistant, Robert. I was talking about getting you some... usually people get Fruit of the Month,
right.
Cake of the Month. I kept getting Cake of the Month and Fruit of the Month, which are very nice. But
I get more fruits every...
I know, and I'm not a big fruity.
Yeah, I know. It all just rots in my refrigerator.
So I said, I don't want to send food. We should send something. So the guy said, I heard you play. You play the parodies. I figured that you played because I was there. I didn't see a band.
Well, I play a little bit, but there's mostly Fred doing the good guitar playing. Oh, so that's what it was. So in other words, your son knew...
so they really thought about it and talked about it.
I mean...
Yeah, we talked. Well, they talked about you, and they said, this actually, I don't think they...
How did he
There are no new ones, you can't buy... They're old. That's a used one, but
and how did I make it
bad.
Like, how did I make it onto your list? Like, that list must include some pretty important people. I mean...
Who's on the gift list?
Yeah, like, who are some of the important people you send gifts to?
Well, you get different changes each year, you know.
Right.
So don't expect it every year.
Yeah, right. And I feel kind of guilty. I didn't get Gary Marshall in. I just sent him a note saying, I can't believe you would send me a gift.
Well, I went on your show. It's a thing. You send gifts. There's
But tell me the truth. But wait a second. Before you tell me who else you said.
We thought about it, and there was somebody told me this thing, Van Halen once used that same type of thing, not the one you got.
And it's very rare to have.
Yeah, well, it makes those sounds.
What's the thing?
I
Can I ask
was
you
a
something?
drummer. I was a musician. I was a drummer, so I used to love to get a new thing.
First of all, I got to tell you something.
Go ahead.
I hardly play the guitar. I mean, I got to be honest with you.
The guitar hates it.
I might have to give that gift away. But tell me something. What's a thing like that worth? I mean, what'd you pay for that?
Oh, it's not real expensive.
Like, what'd you pay? Do you know?
Yeah, I know. It's like 120.
Oh, wow. But even still, they spent 120 on me. Hey, tell the truth.
Well, fruit is a month. Who knows what that costs?
But tell the truth. They bought it, and then someone briefed you for this phone call to tell you what you bought me, right? I mean, you don't personally go out and buy it.
Yeah, I'm shocked that you knew what it was.
I didn't go to the store and buy it. I'm not a very technical person. We discussed it. What would a person like that like? And I listened to you. I said, I heard him play this and that. And then they bought it. They showed me. They sent it.
Wow, you actually put some thought into it, too.
Yeah,
Man,
this went through you.
May I send you something now?
Sure.
I'm sending you Great Garloo. It's a toy that I had as a child.
Okay.
All right, I want you to play with it. No, Robin got me a Great Garloo for, you know what it was? When I was a little kid, I had a Great Garloo. My mother threw it out. So Robin went out to one of these rare stores.
He was always whining about Great Garloo.
So she bought it, and I don't know what to do with it. I mean, I got this Great Garloo sitting in my house.
See what happens.
So I'm going to send it to you.
All right, I can take a minute.
You can have some fun with it.
It's a very old thing, you know.
That's right. In fact, I just keep passing it on to whoever.
Hey, my gift costs more than Gary.
Well, you work with me every day. The fact that, first of all, Gary didn't need to get me a gift.
Didn't have to get you, but I wanted to get you a gift.
He's not going to tell us who else is on the list.
Well, should I?
Who else is on the list? This year, Dana Delaney was on the list.
Oh, really?
Who you worked with.
What did you get Dana Delaney?
I got her, she likes a pin. She likes jewelry, so she got, got her a pin.
What'd that cost?
And,
was it the same price for everybody, or?
Yeah, was it like Dana Delaney's must have been a couple of more $100.
No, I don't think too much. You don't want to go crazy here. It's
right.
For my family, I buy a gift. But,
right. So Dana Delaney.
Dana Delaney, I think.
Rosie O'Donnell must have got.
Well, yeah, you each get you get a gift from each movie, and
So did you get Dan Aykroyd something?
Dan, yeah, well, we got these shirts. We had these shirts made for the show, and hats and stuff like that. But nothing
fancy.
I didn't get to anything too fancy. I'm trying to, like I played Alan Thicke. Yeah, I got tennis balls. Nothing too clever.
You get Alan Thicke tennis balls?
Yeah, well, we play tennis.
Oh, you play with that guy?
Yeah.
What does he do? Is he like retired or something? I mean, what does he do? Does he just hang out and play tennis all day?
No, he's around. He got married. I went to his wedding.
Nice looking girl?
Miss World.
Really? Miss World.
Yeah.
Oh, what a goof. That guy has Miss World.
Well, and there was no Miss Worlds in my neighborhood, but I was going.
You should get Aykroyd like 40 tubs of fried chicken. He's eating way too much, this guy.
Chicken of the month.
Chicken of the month club. Whole chickens.
No, we got some Canadian thing. I don't know.
All I want to say is, I can't believe, I am so flattered you got me a gift. That, I don't care what it was. The fact that I can't use it is meaningless. The idea that
you actually thought about it?
Yeah, the idea that you get... I looked at this thing. I threw it right in the garbage. I said, what am I going to do with this? Well, I'm going to give it to you, Fred, with Mr. Marshall's permission.
And he can use it on the show.
Yeah, we'll use it on the show.
Yeah, rim shots. You make that noise. It's like when I was...
Yeah, I hear you. It's like a
musician. We used to go... bang.
It's a phase thing or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you tell Penny?
They call it a pedal.
Did you tell Penny you got me a gift? Penny Marshall?
With Penny New Year's Eve.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Did you guys discuss my gift?
No, he didn't bring it up there.
Penny Marshall is Gary's sister.
I know that.
That's right.
And what'd you get her for? What'd you get her for a gift?
Well, we do nostalgic. If she likes old antique things. Actually, she saves an interesting thing. She saves different
elephants.
What? No.
Why would you guess elephant?
A lot of girls do that. They save like different statues, like of elephants.
I'm an elephant collector.
Yeah, I know a lot of women do that. That's a very feminine. Or pigs. A lot of women save like little pigs.
Yeah. Well, you know how they save little things, little figurines.
Right.
She saves little figurines of different pets, but they all have to be like injured, pets with little bandages, like the pets that are hurt, so she likes to keep that.
That's what you got? What'd that cost?
Oh, I don't know. We don't spend more than $100.
Oh, really? I figured you'd buy her Delaware or one of the 13 colonies or something. I don't know.
No, then we buy. She likes old stuff from like when you grew up. Soldiers and somebody got me soldiers.
Do Lenny and Squiggy panhandle in front of her house?
No, we had coming soon is the Laverne and Shirley reunion show.
Oh, you doing that?
We just did it.
Oh, how'd it go? All right.
Yeah, we all got together, said hello.
Squiggy must have been real happy. Yeah, thank God, a reunion, anything. I'm waiting. Lots of Geritol on the set.
We had a nice time.
Cool, I'm looking forward to that. Well, listen, all I wanted to say is thank you. I just wanted to find out the whole process of me getting a gift.
People talked about you, and as I said, my son, the musician, who also plays guitar, who last time I mentioned the name of his band, yelled at me, so I'm not plugging it.
All right, what's the name of the band?
Chavez. It's a new young band.
Chavez?
Chavez.
What is that, a Mexican thing?
I don't know. They picked names today. I don't know what they're doing.
Sick of the Mexicans. Between you and me. So,
I heard you play with that guy, Snyder, D. Snyder.
Yeah.
That's where I heard you play with him.
I can play with him.
So you got something, you make a reverse.
I can play 3 chords.
He certainly isn't up to pedal yet.
Must be tough.
When you do those parodies, the other guy plays.
Yeah, Fred does that.
Oh, I did.
Must be tough to be Gary Marshall's son. Well,
yeah, what do you do?
You back up the Brinks truck. That's what you do.
You start a band and call it Chavez.
Does he have to work, or can he just hang out and you pretty much set him
my
up?
kids go and work.
Really?
They gotta go work.
I wouldn't work.
Chavez is paying him a salary?
Well, no, it's a young band. They get food. Who knows?
Yeah, tell the truth. You're subsidizing Chavez.
No.
Really?
I got him through college. We gotta stop us.
All right, okay.
No, I wouldn't let anything happen to my kids. But,
maybe he plays the guitar because he's sick of counting Gary's money.
No, it's actually...
keeping his fingers nimble.
Yeah, right.
Separating the cash.
Right.
He plays the bass. He plays the bass and gets up the bass.
Well, listen, I just want to thank you for the gift and wish you a Happy New Year.
Well, I appreciate it, and I'm glad you enjoyed the gift.
All right, I'll see you. I'll see you, Mr. Marshall.
I will see you, and you can call me anytime about the movie, even if I'm no help.
And you'll even read other scripts that I send you?
You got a new one?
Well, I'm working on a new script. I'm not satisfied with what I sent you.
No, I certainly will. It's very hard to make a movie, so I understand what you're going through.
A lot of angst here from this young artist.
Did Pretty Woman take this much work?
Yeah, Pretty Woman took work.
Oh, 3, 4 drafts. Yeah, 3 or 4 drafts.
Yeah, you're up to about 65.
Yeah, I'm up to 65 drafts. I'm of the belief that my book cannot be turned into a movie. All right, listen. Thank you, Mr. Marshall.
Okay, I will talk to you soon when I'm in New York. I hope I see you.
Well, please.
Bye-bye, Robin.
Bye-bye.
Robin came to my play. I'll never forget that.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
didn't send me a gift.
Well,
screw you, Robin. You could share my gift.
What instrument do you?
So long, Mr. Marshall.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Premier Director Gary Marshall.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm shocked that my book was made into a book, let alone into a movie.
That's pretty spectacular.
Because I always feel like I'm hassling the guy, but he doesn't seem to mind.
No. Seems to like you.
I hassle him and Ivan Reitman. But Ivan didn't send me a gift. He figures, hey, that's the gift.
He says, I take his calls. That's enough.
Yeah, right. In fact, I was in a panic. I called Ivan over the holidays. He was in Aspen.
Oh, really? So they had to shuttle you over there?
No, yeah. Well, yeah, you can't get in touch with him because he takes some remote cabin in Aspen.
Oh, so he didn't even have a phone?
Yeah.
Does one of those things.
Yeah. He was hiding from Junior. So anyway, so I found him. And he goes he's got some life going.
Oh, you tracked him down?
Yeah, I tracked him down. I had to talk to him about some stuff, about the script.
What did he say?
He says, you got work to do. You still got stuff to do on this. But he knows how to, he seems to zero in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he still says...
I said, Ivan, why don't you write it? Instead of doing all these...
more whittling to do.
Yeah, maybe you're done with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger finally.
Time to find a new team.
Maybe find a new guy with a fresh face and, a new angle.
Team.
Yeah, what, am I a pariah? But he really zeroes in. He says to me, your problem is with the script.
Pretty wild. The guy's a genius. Now I see why.
Even in Aspen. What was he doing in Aspen? Who was with him?
So, like, he goes to me, look, I got some people coming over tonight, like Mike Ovitz and...
Oh, boy.
And...
heavy hitters.
And, like, I think the head of, like, Katzenberg or something, you know, like the head of...
Jeffrey Katzenberg?
Yeah, like someone like that. Like the head of that new Steven Spielberg company. I go, wow, Ivan. Not a bad name drop. Oh, it's not like that, he says. I know these guys for years. I said,
right.
I said, no, come on, that's a name drop. He goes, I swear to you, when I'm in Aspen, we just ski. We never see anyone. Just 1 or 2 nights we do something like this. Oh, just on the night. Yeah.
That you called on the night.
It's all right. I showed him. I said, you know who's coming over my house? Ralph. But those guys live, you know, all these Hollywood guys go up to Aspen and they network. And they go over each other's homes and their ski lodges for dinner.
Do you notice they even vacation in the same place?
Oh, yeah. But you got to know what you're doing.
Right. But that's, you know, everybody knows where to go. This is the place you do your winter vacation, your summer somewhere else.
But then I said to Ivan, like, what kind of vacation is that? If you got these, are, you know, you get away for 2 weeks and then you're doing the same crap you do in Hollywood. You got to meet with all the. He says, no, it's not like that.
But they do it all the time.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ivan ain't skiing with Joe the Butcher.
Right.
You know.
I think because they get so much time off between projects, they don't mind working on a quote-unquote vacation. They're vacationing half their lives.
Their whole lives are a big vacation. Just belittle what everyone does.
That's right.
Right. Only we work.
That's right. We're the hardest working people in show business.
So, that's like the 2 Hollywood guys I can call on. It's kind of cool, too.
Sure.
I get all nervous. I throw everyone out of the room.
Oh, your hands shake as you're dialing the phone.
Yeah, my family is like, you know, thrown out of the room because you call Ivan and then you got to wait for the call back.
Right.
Because you never get right through to Ivan.
Oh, so you sit there looking at the phone.
Yeah, you have to wait. And you wait and you wait. I was there 3 days. I started to get hungry.
Did you have some food?
And then all of a sudden it rings and you're like, you know, you race to the phone and then
jump out of your skin.
then he pours out his wisdom.
Must be nice.
Yeah, and then after he tells you everything you don't want to hear, you go, oh, it's just one guy. What does he know?
Discount everything.
Right, yeah. He doesn't know anything.
Did he tell you to move out there?
No, nothing like
they
that.
Give you that.
No. I had specific structural questions about script writing that I wanted answered.
Yeah, he's not just schmoozing and shooting the breeze.
Yeah, no, it's nothing. There's no schmooze involved because I feel like I'm wasting the guy's time. I figure he's up to something important.
He's not like you, Billy.
Yeah, like waiting for my call. Like Billy's waiting for my call. I'm waiting for Ivan's call.
But Billy goes out and he hangs out with Aerosmith. I don't know what he talks to these people about.
Nothing. All I know is, so I get off the phone and I go, Ivan's had some really important things to do. And then I call the producer of my film and I say, well, here's what Ivan said. And he goes, so what?
He blows it off, too.
Right, he blows it off.
So how close do you think you are?
What? I don't know.
They just spent the whole weekend, right?
I don't know. Well, the point is that I don't want to get into it. It's just, I don't know.
Never mind. I never asked the question.
It's just got to be the right script. And
you'd think if you throw a person a birthday party, they could answer a question.
Well, we haven't, but you didn't throw me one.
I haven't. You're right.
That's right. I'll see if you throw me one this week. Well, actually, let me answer it this way. I'm very close to giving up. All right? So there you go.
Never give up.
No, the studio is satisfied with all 16 scripts. They are ready to shoot.
They've always
It's
been
only
satisfied.
me. It's me that's not satisfied. I'm the one holding it up.
Yeah.
And I recognize it.
Well, I understood that all along, too. I said, I didn't ask how close the studio was.
Right. The studio's been closed from day one.
You are.
And they yell at me and they go, this is ridiculous. We have to have the script now. We have to start shooting. And I go, we just started in August. I just looked at the first draft. It was August. Yeah. It's only 4 months.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't even August. It was October. October, November, December, January. It's not even 4 months. No, August, September.
Make up your mind.
I don't know.
What was it?
Yeah. I got to go. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
Hi, it's John Tesh from Entertainment Tonight. You are listening to The Howard Stern Show, and so am I, but really only on days when he's not talking dirt about me.
You and Connie Chetta.
We didn't even listen to their new Christmas album this year.
Yeah, we ought to do that, even though it's not technically Christmas. Gary, put that on the list for tomorrow.
I was just, they sent me one. It was in my bag, on that bag I've been going through for days now, looking at my old mail.
Yeah.
There was a John Tesh CD.
And we have to hear it. Maybe he's up to some new stuff. Maybe put a few vocals on there. Well, Elvis contacted me and says he wants to hear the news. He doesn't want to talk right
He doesn't want to
now.
hear himself. He doesn't want to deliver a message. He'd rather hear what's going on in the world.
Elvis has a 35-page script in front of him, but can't seem to get to it, so he'll have to do it tomorrow. I apologize, but it's just been a lot of material going on
Sorry to hear that.
here. Elvis prefers the 8 o'clock hour, evidently.
Well, he is the king.
He is the king. Good for Elvis. And by the way, joining us for the news, as you know, will be Mrs. Gingrich.
Granny Gingrich.
Mama Gingrich.
Mama, I'm sorry.
Call me Mama.
Hey, does Newt ever say anything about me in private?
What about? You mean Nudie?
Yeah, does he ever say anything?
He never mentioned you.
No?
No, sir.
No, because you say he mentioned Hillary, and
Yeah.
maybe he mentioned me.
He's the best.
Who? Howard?
Everybody. And you know, you were talking about Negroes earlier.
Yeah.
I like Negroes, but not chinks.
Now you're angry.
Except Oprah, but she's probably a tricky bitch, too.
You think Oprah's a tricky bitch?
Yep, I'll tell you some more, but I gotta light me a cigarette.
Do you feel you were tricked?
Tricked by
Like
that sneaky chick.
Connie Chung.
Connie Chink. Slanty-eyed, inscrutable. I couldn't see what she was up to then, but I know now that it happened.
Well, you're a simple white woman from the back hills. What do you know about these tricky broadcasters?
Nothing. We're very simple where we come from. Got a car up on blocks and a mouthful of red man.
Right.
Smoking and chewing
I
and
burnt my
everything.
finger lighting my cancer stick. Ow.
Wow.
Whoa.
You are so outspoken. That's what I love about you. And did Newt say anything to you after you got tricked? Let me ask you.
He just hugged me. We hugged each other.
And Robin brought
Mama
this up.
and son.
How is it that you can have 3 cameras in the room?
How did you forget you were on TV?
Yeah.
Your reporter.
She said just whisper it to me, and I did. I didn't think they'd film the damn thing.
Right. You got when she said just whisper, you thought they turned off the camera.
Tricky.
Right. Well, you went on with Tom Snyder. How'd that go?
Tom Snyder? Who?
Don't remember talking to Tom?
No, I don't know.
Well, we have a little bit of it as it could remind
All
you
right.
of what it was like to talk to Tom Snyder.
That was late.
Well, you and your husband were on. I didn't even know you had a husband.
I thought you were your husband. You have a deeper voice than your husband, I know.
Yes, I do.
Right.
Well, here's Kathleen. I think his name is Bob.
Kathleen Bob?
Kathleen and Bob.
Kathy Bob.
Kathy Bob. Your name is
My
Kathleen.
Your middle name is Bob? Kathleen Bob?
Kathy Bob Gingrich.
I thought this was 2 people.
Oh, that's my middle name. A good Christian woman. Kathy Bob.
You know, you sound a little masculine. Anyone ever tell you that?
Well, I don't know. I'm just a woman from the South.
All right, let's...
Here she goes on the Tom Snyder show.
All right, this is Tom Snyder. Let's hear you on Tom Snyder.
I keep scrapbooks of nudie.
Oh, I understand that, but I just wondered if you watched a lot of TV, watched the politicians.
Oh, yes. 21, 22, and 29. Yep.
That's CNN and C-SPAN. Got you.
He's the world's worst interviewer, Tom Snyder. He's got a hot guest like that. It's just gotcha.
Asking her what channel she wants.
Yeah. So tell me, this is the new revolution in late night television.
Yeah.
So what channel you watch on TV?
I watch TV, but it ain't plugged in. Ow! I caught my balls in my pantyhose.
Wait a minute.
Whoa. Little pinch. Down south.
All right, let's...
You mean nudie?
Nudie. 21, 22.
Nudie Kazootie. All nudie, all Rudy.
Oh, Rudy all the time.
Right, okay. Let's see what else you had to say to the great interview with Tom Snyder, the hope of CBS television.
How have your lives held together through all this?
Well, I think we have each other. I can lean on Bob. Otherwise, I don't know. It was really a rough week, really.
What were the roughest parts of it, Bob?
There really were no rough parts.
She has a deeper voice than Bob.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Her voice is deeper than her husband.
concerned, it's a done deed, and the sooner forgotten, the better.
That's weird when you have a deeper voice than your husband.
Yeah, I wonder how he feels about that.
Right. She makes him sound like a homo.
She's more man than he is.
Yeah. More manly than Kathy Bob? No, sir. You know, yesterday my cigarette started a fire in the bathroom. Luckily, it didn't spread to the rest of the house.
You are a funny woman.
You know, the rough part of life is catching your nips in the trailer hitch.
She's also got some kind of a speech impediment there.
Yeah, she's like Ann Ramsey from...
What are you saying?
Her whole tongue or something.
You see, half her tongue is missing.
That's tongue cancer. You know when you go through life with a mouthful of Skull Bandit? It takes its toll. First the tongue, then the lip. Lip cancer.
Well, you sure got tricked. You know,
I got tricked by that.
No, what's funny is that you're a simple woman with simple, you have simple values. You're what they call the moral majority, right?
Right. I don't even have a soft palate left because of all the mouth cancer.
So we shouldn't make fun of your speech impediment because...
That's the one thing that tricky chink didn't do was say, hey, watch her mouth when she does this interview.
Did you like Connie Chung when she came to... You didn't feel bad about the Chinese people before she came to the house.
Nope. No, I love chinks. They make good food and they stay open until 2:15 in the morning down in Georgia. You can always go to the Chinaman when you're hungry and drunk.
All right, let's...
They don't spend their money on clothes, though. I noticed that.
What do you mean?
You never see a well-dressed chink. I think they spend all their money at the racetrack.
No, that's not... No, Nudie didn't say that. You said that.
Nudie told me that once. He had a funny joke one time. He said, Mama, what do you call a chink in a fine men's clothing store?
What?
Lost.
Well, what are you saying? They don't dress well?
That yellow witch, you stay out of my way. And learn to dress. Stop getting all your clothes at the airport. Wear a nice feminine dress like me. I'm very feminine. Very feminine.
Well, I noticed you had one of those big hats on.
Yeah, big hat,
sworn
big
in.
cigarette. Everything's big down south.
Yeah, but that big hat almost looked like a coolie hat. I guess because you were being interviewed by an Oriental, you tried to dress appropriately.
Big chink-hating hat now.
Yeah.
He made an enemy out of this woman.
All right. Well, you see, that's sad when somebody forms their whole opinion on a race based on one interview.
Encounter,
right.
Yes.
That's sad.
My hat was yellow to match my teeth and my fingers.
You must have very yellow fingers from smoking. Because the nicotine builds up on your fingers.
Nicotine's good.
How many packs do you smoke a day?
15. I cut down.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you have a bad habit.
At least that chink let me smoke on her show. That was one good thing about her. When chinks move into the neighborhood, the Mexicans get car insurance where I come from. Sneaky. She tricked me. Bitch.
No.
You thought that you thought the camera wasn't rolling.
No.
Anyway,
would I get an idea like that with 3 cameras sitting there?
And you said she hugged you when she left, so you thought everything was all right.
Right. When she hugged you, you thought everything was all right?
I swear I felt soy sauce coming out.
All right. All right. All right, Mr. Gibbons, you ran out of material.